And we are live. Roll up, everybody gather, come and join. One man went to mow. Yes, we're back again. It is it is he, that funny guy with the weird glasses. He is at it again. Come be at it with him. One man went to mow. The session commences. The 10 o'clock session, as you know, the schedule already. That are your Alafin guy that talks in a peculiar way. Let's talk peculiarities together. One man went to mow. Kokwemeji, the eagle, has landed.
Only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùyé o. Ilé sọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Chief Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdódò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀dù o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku Koniriwa Agbeshe, the Kegites, powerful prayers, as I often introduce. Iku Koniriwa Agbeshe, as guys, I bring you this. Nigerian Army promotes Commanding Officer Bello, who supervised killing of hashtag Endsars protesters at Lekki toll gates. So there you are, they double down on ignorance. This is the expectation, of course, of that space. Still with that space, Lekki toll gate panel. Lai Mohammed out of Nigeria, expect response soon. So there you are. That's just the space. The answer space is just a gift that just keeps on giving. Let's go to this one. Call your agents attacking hashtag Endsars panel members to order. Adegboruwa tells Lagos governor. So immediately, of course, this is their known technique. They've gone after now the people who have put together this report to try and savage them. So this, of course, the Nigerian way. There's no other way other than this way within the Nigerian space. And of course, Buhari now meeting with Blinken, the American official in Abuja at the moment, and effectively telling him then that is just going to archive that report. So that is the situation in Nigeria. It never changes because it is not capable of that change. Federal government 2022 budget laced with fake items to defraud Nigerians. Adino Melaye alarming to the space. But then, of course, this is not news to anybody. This is how we know it within the Nigerian space. Budget padding is the phrase that they've coined. Federal government's 2022 budget laced with fake items to defraud Nigerians. Adino Melaye alarms to the space. So we discussed that too. So plenty to go through. Gather, come and join, sit back, kick back, relax, and take it easy and spend however long the session lasts in the company of your man from Oyo Alafin. One man went to mow the eagle has landed. We come in via the eastern quarters. Another Python dance.
Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi. Nandi bu onye du aimo. O Mary woni nizu biroya. Abakare. Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi bu onye du aimo. O Mary woni nizu biroya. Abakare mamanda ora. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, now Python dance 3. Unapoli Mary Nandi.
And there we are. Nnamdi Mati Winnie Wo, Python Dancy, Python Dancy. Nnamdi Mati Winnie Wo, Python Dancy, Python Dancy. Nnamdi Mati Winnie Wo, as guys, I bring you this. Nigerian Army promotes Commanding Officer Bello, who supervised killing of #Endsars protesters at Lekki toll gate. The Nigerian Army Council has approved the promotion of Lieutenant Colonel S.O. Bello, the commanding officer of the 65th Battalion, which was at the Lekki toll gate on the evening of October the 20th, 2020, to the rank of colonel. On Monday, a report of the Lagos State Judicial Panel on police brutality, including an investigation on the Lekki massacre, said protesters were killed at the toll gate in what the panel described as a massacre. According to the report, at least 9 persons were confirmed dead at the Lekki toll gate plaza when soldiers led by Bello stormed there to disperse #Endsars protesters on October the 20th, 2020, titled Report of Lekki Incident Investigation of the 20th of October 2020. A copy of the 309-page report, which was leaked, said at least 48 protesters were either shot dead, injured with bullet wounds, or assaulted by soldiers. Major General Ahmed Ibrahim Taiwo of the 81st Division Intelligence Brigade had, while appearing before the Lagos Judicial Panel in November 2020, revealed that Bello was the commander on the ground who gave the order for the soldiers to release bullets at the toll gate. He had said Bello had arrived at the scene first before Omata, as the whole 81st Division garrison had been given the mandate to secure the whole Eti-Osa corridor. Omata had left Obalende to meet up with Bello and patrol the whole area. When I called Bello, He said that while they were being deployed, they were attacked by hoodlums and they released some shots in the air. I also asked him if anybody had died, as is being reported over the internet, and he replied negative, that nobody had died, that he had only seen 2 people who had fainted and were revived. I had called 3 times, and after speaking with Bello, I spoke with General Omata using Bello's phone. It was one of those instances that when I called Bello, he said Omata was with him. I spoke with Omata and asked if deaths were recorded, and he said no. I called him twice and he said no, that the place had been cleared. Bello, however, refused to appear before the panel when summoned to defend all the allegations leveled against him. When the matter was called, Jonathan Ogunsanya, one of the registrars attached to the panel, said the Kogi State-born military officer refused to receive the summons issued to him. Military sources on Thursday said Bello, despite leading the team that unleashed mayhem on defenseless military sources on Thursday said Bello, despite leading the team that unleashed mayhem on defenseless protesters, has been promoted to the rank of a colonel. Lieutenant Colonel S.O. Bello, with full name Salihu Ovoda Bello, and service number, he goes on to give his number, was promoted on November the 13th, 2021, correspondence length. Lieutenant Colonel S.O. Bello has just been promoted to the rank of a colonel. He is the commanding officer who led the Lekki massacre. One of the sources, a colonel, told correspondents. Correspondents learned that the Army Council on October the 28th met to approve the promotion of officers. It was learned that the promotion would favor some majors, lieutenant colonel and colonels with new ranks. Calls put across by correspondents to the Director, Army Public Relations, Onyema Nwachukwu, were not answered nor returned. He had also not replied to a text message sent to his line as of the time of this report. So there you there you have it, though. Need I say more? There you have it. It's just really all I can say to that. There you have it. There you have it. So here you have this Lekki panel report. So people calling for the resignation of Lai Mohammed, by the way, that is the response of the government. So it's not going to resign, it's going to be promoted. This is their response. Anyway, Lekki panel report. Lai Mohammed out of Nigeria. Expect response soon. Spokesman. Segun Adeyemi, the spokesperson to Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed, has explained why his principal was yet to react to the report of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry on restitution for victims of SARS-related abuses. Adeyemi, in a chat with correspondents, said he is currently out of Nigeria on an official assignment and will soon react to the report. He wrote, "We are out of the country on assignment. Expect our response shortly." He, however, did not disclose the exact country he had traveled with his principal. Though out of the country, Adeyemi issued, so that out of the country is in quotation marks, which is to tell you that the journalist who wrote this does not believe it. Though out of the country, Adeyemi issued a statement on Thursday hailing the United States for removing Nigeria from the list of religious violators. The office of the minister has, however, kept mum 3 days after the panel's report on the Lekki incident of October the 20th, 2020, leaked to the public. Nigerians have called for the response of the minister to the leaked report due to his insistence that there were no killings at the Lekki toll gate on October the 20th, 2020. Correspondents did a breakdown of the number of times that the minister denied the massacre. On November the 19th, 2020, the minister said Obianuju Catherine Ude, popularly known as DJ Switch, who did a live stream on Instagram. The Lekki tollgate shooting of October the 20th will soon be exposed for spreading falsehood. He had also suggested that she might be acting out a script written by other people and vowed that she will be exposed in due course. Mohammed, who described the incident of October the 20th, 2020 as a massacre without bodies, insisted that contrary to DJ Switch's claims, not a single body has been produced or a single family has come out to claim their family member was killed at Lekki Toll Gate. He said at the time, one of the purveyors of fake news was one DJ Switch, whose real name is Obianuju Catherine Ude, even though she claimed authentic evidence of mass killing. Surprisingly, instead of presenting whatever evidence she may have, she chose to escape the country she chose to escape the country on the claim that her life was in danger. In danger from whom? Secondly, in November 2020, a report by the cable news network CNN showed that the Nigerian army truly fired live and blank bullets at the protesters at Lekki Toll Gate, but Lai Mohammed, in a press conference in Abuja, describes the report as irresponsible journalism. Mohammed claimed not a single body had been produced or a single family come out to claim their loved ones were killed at the Lekki Toll Gate. He called for a sanction for the foreign media organization, but did not disclose where the sanctions should come from. The CNN had released the second part of an investigation on the incident, which further implicates the Nigerian army in the killing of peaceful protesters. In response, the Nigerian government described the report as fake news without providing evidence of its own claim. Lai Mohammed had claimed the CNN was desperate and peddling fake news. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Judicial Panel on #Endsars in their report submitted to the Lagos State government on Monday was able to establish that there was truly a massacre at Lekki Toll Gate. The report clearly found the Nigerian army and police fired live bullets at peaceful protesters at the Lekki Toll Gate last year. It also concluded that the deliberate absence of officers of the Nigerian army who were present at the Lekki Toll Gate and who were summoned by the panel was a calculated attempt to conceal material evidence from the panel. So he's on the run, apparently, Lai Mohammed. Otigbebe. So Otigbebe, but are the panel now under serious pressure? The Okuwobi panel under serious pressure. Call your agents attacking #Endsars panel members to order. Ade Boruwa tells Lagos governor. Members of the Lagos State Endsars panel who recently submitted their report to Governor of Lagos State Babajide Sanwo-Olu have reportedly come under attack. It was learned that they have become the subject of vicious attacks by those suspected to be agents of the government. This was revealed by a member of the panel, Ebun Olu Adegboruwa, SAN, on Thursday in Lagos, who appealed to the governor to call all agents of the state to order. According to him, all manners of allegations have been heaped upon the panel members, some of whom have been called unprintable names. The lawyer and activist explained that no member of the panel was lobbied to be appointed into the panel. In a statement, he said, as a matter of fact, in my own case, His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, appealed to me to accept my appointment, which I saw as a national service. The primary reason the governor gave to me then was that he wanted men and women of integrity, independent and not subject to manipulation, to be on the panel. Just today, my attention has been drawn to an interview by a senior counsel to the Lagos State government to the effect that panel members collected bribes in the course of their assignment. So that is going to be the line of attack that Lai Mohammed will come back with, because he's scouring the media space to look for his entree. And that is his entree right there. That is his entry point. It is unfair, ungodly, and least expected of the government and its lawyers. The Lagos state government asked for 2 weeks to enable it to release a white paper on the report submitted to it by the panel, and we have been waiting. But it would seem that the Lagos state government has now unleashed mindless propaganda upon panel members, whilst at the same time asking for restraint from the general public. I have in my custody certified true copies of all proceedings of the panel and all the evidence and all the exhibits rather tendered before the panel in respect of the Lekki toll gate investigation. I urge the government to call its agents and lawyers to order so as not to provoke aggravated response. So listen to that. So I'm going to reread this paragraph because this is a very, 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 very loaded paragraph. So it's a loaded paragraph. So let that sit at the back of your mind as I reread it. So listen, I have in my custody, that is the first load, that is the gun being cocked. I have in my custody certified true copies of all proceedings of the panel and all exhibits tendered before the panel in respect of the Lekki toll gate investigation. So listen to that. What this guy is saying, in essence, is that even this report that was submitted is actually toned down from what can possibly be unleashed because they have a lot more, is what they're saying, which are certified, verified, authentic, genuine evidence of just what went down. But what they released in the public domain is what they could gold standard verify, and they even probably tempered it down for the tone of the nation, for the well-being of the nation. So listen, it says, I have in my custody certified true copies of all proceedings of the panel and all exhibits tendered before the panel in respect of the Lekki toll gate investigation. So that is what he said. So now here comes the threat. So he's telling them, look, I will finish you. And this is where he says it. I urge the government to call its agents and lawyers to order so as not to provoke. Now listen to this. So as not to provoke aggravated responses. So there you are. There you are. Oh. So yeah, this is something I'm reading it verbatim. I'm not putting my own. Those are words. I have certified true copies, exhibits, etc. Settle yourself down, or I will slam you down, so as not to provoke aggravated responses. So there you are, a son speaking. It is unfair to seek to denigrate people's hard-earned reputation on account of only that they accepted to render selfless service at the behest of the government. If the government and its agents are not restrained from attacking others, nothing stops us from defending our integrity. I therefore appeal to His Excellency the Governor of Lagos State to call all agents of the state to order and to keep his promise to us to release a white paper within 2 weeks and to send the unedited report of the panel to the National Economic Council. The Lagos State Judicial Panel on Police Brutality had submitted its report to the governor on Monday. The Lagos government on October the 19th, 2020, inaugurated the judicial panel to investigate petitions on police brutality in the state as part of recommendations to put forward during the #Endsars protest. The Doris Okuabi-led panel during the sitting awarded more petitioners the sum of 148.2 million naira as compensations for various brutalities they suffered in the hands of police officers, including illegal killing of their loved ones, harassment, and arrest. So there you are. Unbelievable. Nigeria, we hail thee. Nigeria, we hail thee. There's not much more that we can say more than that. So now let's now go to Buhari's response to this whole shenanigans. Let's go to Buhari's response. Let states take action first. Buhari breaks silence on hashtag Endsars panel report. President Muhammadu Buhari has said the federal government will await the steps taken by states before taking action on the report of Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry. Buhari disclosed this on Thursday at a meeting with Anthony Blinken, United States Secretary of State, in Abuja. So many state governments are involved and have given different terms of reference to the probe panels, he said, according to a statement by Femi Adesina, the presidential spokesman. We at the federal have to wait for the steps taken by the states, and we have to allow the system to work. We can't impose ideas on them. The federal government has to wait for the reaction of the states. Recall that on Monday, the Lagos State Panel of Inquiry submitted its report to the state government. In its report obtained by correspondents, the panel had said at least 9 persons were confirmed dead at the Lekki toll gate plaza on the night soldiers stormed there to disperse hashtag Endsars protesters on October the 20th, 2020. Titled Report of Lekki Incident Investigation of the 20th of October 2020, the panel said at least 48 protesters were either shot dead, injured with bullet wounds, or assaulted by soldiers and police operatives. So get lost. Get lost, essentially, the response from Aboki, from Daura. So get lost from the Aboki from Daura. So let's now land on this. Still with the Aboki from Daura though, federal government's 2022 budget laced with fake items to defraud Nigerians. Melaye speaks, so that already qualifies that. A civil rights movement under the aegis of Anti-Corruption Network on Thursday has picked holes in the 2022 budget, which it alleged was laced with fake items running into billions of naira to allegedly defraud the citizens. The organization also condemned the presidency and the Federal Inland Revenue Service Commission's proposed budgets for 2022, describing them as a monumental fraud. The executive secretary of ACN and former chairman, Senate Committee on Federal Capital Territory in the 8th National Assembly, Senator Dino Melaye, made the observations during a press conference in Abuja. According to him, the current budgeting system in Nigeria is a monumental national disgrace. Correspondents reported that President Major General Buhari in October presented a budget proposal of 16.39 trillion naira for the year 2022 to the joint session of the National Assembly. But Melaye said that about 60% of corruption issues in Nigeria were built and legalized in the budget. He said that with Nigeria's annual budget laced with fake items running into billions of naira, budget fraud would be nothing but the real foundation of all corrupt practices in the country. Malaye, who represented Kogi West Senatorial District, made reference to the 2022 budget and wondered why the FIRS budget, which stood at 228 billion, would surpass the budget of the National Assembly, pegged at 134 billion, and 120 billion proposed for the judiciary. So the Federal Inland Revenue Service, they get twice as much as the judiciary, more than twice. So is that more than twice? So the Federal Inland Revenue Service, which is just a bunch of civil servants, they get 228 billion. It's because they are doing the budget, so they just gift themselves however much they like. But the judiciary, they get 120 billion, so that is it. He claimed that the FIRS budget also surpassed the current 2021 budget of Abia, Adamawa, Anambra, Bauchi, Benue, Ebonyi, Edo, Ekiti, Enugu, Gombe, Jigawa, Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, Kwara, Nasarawa, Niger, Ondo, Osun, Plateau, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe, and Zamfara states. He said, in the FIRS 2022 budget proposal, the tax body earmarked 2.5 billion for the purchase of land, 3 billion for office furniture, 1.5 billion for photocopying machines, 2 billion 400,000 naira for computers, 500 million naira for the construction of sports facilities. The agency set aside 1 billion for generator fuel and 250 million for maintenance, whilst a separate 550 million was set aside for purchasing more generators. How on earth can the FIRS budget some how on earth can the FIRS budget sum of 2.8 billion for uniforms and clothing for the year 2022? And in defense, the FIRS chairman, through his special assistant on media and communications, Johannes Wojuola, had the guts to say that the word uniform is the corporate outfit dress allowance to be enjoyed by all the staff. Is it the presidency? The presidency proposed budget for 2022 stands at 150 billion point five, and the sum of 24.8 billion was budgeted for the president. It was budgeted that the president will spend the sum of 775 million naira for his local travel and transport, while the sum of 1.5 billion will be spent on international travel and transport. No wonder Mr. President is traveling up and down. The 2022 budget of the vice president stands at 1.1 billion. The vice president is to spend the sum of 301.9 million naira for its local travel and transport, while the sum of 476.2 million naira will be spent on international travel and transport, 6.3 million to be spent on office stationaries and computer consumables, the sum of 4.6 million to be spent on printing non-security documents. The Vice President food/catering material supplies stands at 156.6 million naira. Miscellaneous is 99.9 million naira. Refreshment and meals is earmarked 20.2 million, while honorarium and sitting allowance is 30.2 million. The vice president is to spend 18.8 million on publicity and advertisement, 23.2 million on welfare packages, and 5.4 million on sporting activities. Milaye described as unfortunate the fact that the nation's collective wealth had been consistently looted under the guise of budget padding, which he said now calls for serious scrutiny. So there you have it. The looting continues. The looting continues. They're just they're bleeding us dry. They are bleeding us dry, and they have in fact almost bled us dry. So Thomas, I see you. Ajanle Koko, I see you. So Thomas, first, what are you making of that budget? It's almost enough to make you cry. 200 and nearly 30 billion just for civil servants, more than all of the states virtually. The totality of all of the state budgets individually, just for some civil servants, for accountants.
One man,
Eh?
you normally make this statement. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, one man. My brother Ajale Koko.
Good evening.
We are expecting the rest of the crew. You normally said every time Nigeria is a crime scene.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Really? One man, this money they are talking about, they are going to borrow this money, no? It's not that they have this money in their covers. Now, they are going to borrow this money again and they will share it, loot it. It's very unfortunate. When the prime minister here in Australia, my brother, they pay for their food. They stay in their house. There is no government house. The governors, the premier, we call our governors here premier, they stay in their house. They stay in their own house. There is no government house.
How can you justify 228 billion naira for just some random parastatal? Because they're in charge of budgeting. How can you justify that? How did Buhari sign that off? 228 billion for Federal Inland Revenue Service.
Billion. And these people, they will be telling us there is no money. There is no money. And you are budgeting this kind of money to share. What is honorarium? Anybody that come to greet the governor, the vice president, they will give them money. Honorarium.
Yes.
What is honorarium?
A wolf.
A wolf. For printing paper. What is all this? Woman, where are we going? I think anybody that is vouching for political anything in that country should think twice, because you are coming to meet debt. It's debt, borrowing, looting and looting. I don't know where these people came from. I don't know the planet they came from. I don't know. I saw something here in Australia. Everything is different. They don't spend money just anyhow. The premier stay in his own house. There is no government house. No. It's very unfortunate.
Money for sporting facilities, for printing paper, for honorarium, for this, that, and the other, for uniform. Yeah, billions for uniform. I don't know what uniform they are wearing, but there we are.
The premier here in Australia, in Victoria, he carries his own bag, drive his own car, go to the grocery, buy his own food. I don't know. These people.
Do you know what the budget for 2021 for Ondo State is? The totality of Ondo State, 174 billion naira. That is their budget.
The whole Ondo State.
The whole
and
Ondo
they are
State.
budgeting almost 280 million naira from themselves.
You know, it's just you know, we know that is going on, but it never ceases to upset. You know, I find it upsetting somewhat. You know, it's unfair. It's just to the thing. It's unfair.
It's unfair. Look at the states that you mentioned. Their budget does not even reach the half of these budgets they are talking about. And this same government will come tomorrow. There's no money. What is honorarium? What is printing press? What is printing machine?
Uniform.
Uniform.
Who pays for your clothes that you wear to work? Thomas, who pays for it?
I pay for my work.
Well, there you are then. So if they can't afford to wear clothes, then they can come to work naked.
They can come to work naked.
Why are we paid for people's clothes to wear to work?
It's woman. It's
come to work naked
now.
And there are fine girls amongst them. That's even better.
Yes. And this Dino Milai that is saying this, he should
he's a clown himself, but you know
he shut up his mouth. He was in the house before. He was collecting. Politicians, they are just crazy. Anytime they are in opposition, that is when they will attack. I know what they are doing is not good. The budget is not good, but politicians, they don't talk when they are enjoying the money. Dino don't talk when he's enjoying.
Dino should be the last person lamenting about this. You remember that he was Saraki's bagman, and there are very few people in that country more corrupt than Saraki. You know, that one. You know, it's just.
And now this same Dino can talk. When he's in the Senate, why don't you tell them to cut their allowance? They get city allowance, or newspaper allowance, drinking allowance. They get sleeping allowance, because I know some of them, they don't even speak. Nobody, some of them don't even speak. They don't have any bills they've raised before. Some of them will carry newspaper, reading. Some will be
you say they get sleeping allowance. I'm not sure if you've ever watched the plenary, but in most instances they are mostly asleep. Most
they
of
are
them
sleeping.
But
Sleeping
this Dino Melaye has challenged the authority that if they have anything against him for corruption, any corrupt practices, I said he has challenged them to take him to EFCC or court or stuff like that.
Yes.
And I'm still waiting till when they will charge him for any corrupt practices. I've not seen it.
Yes,
So,
they will charge him after they have charged Babangida. That's the thing. They all have each other by the balls now. Who will,
among all the politicians,
they can charge him,
among all the politicians, him and Peter Obi has called on anybody.
What sustains the lifestyle that he lives, which he lives publicly? Houses in America, Dubai, London, all over Abuja, Kogi State, choice cars, supercars, super mansion, gold.
He said he has some businesses that he does and that fetch him good money. And that is why he said if people have anything against him or the authority have anything.
Shall I tell you Dino Melaye's career pathway, Ajanle Koko? He was a trade unionist. He was a student unionist in his student days. Yeah. And then when he came out of university, when he finished, he went straight from there into the House of Assembly, where he spent 8 years or thereabout. Remember once when he was fighting and the shirt was torn. He was a thug in the National Assembly. So in the House of Reps. So from the House of Reps, he went straight to the Senate. This guy has never done any job outside of politics since he graduated. Not
what he said is that he invested his money, and that investment is giving him a very good return, that's why people have seen him buying property, cars. He said he has to enjoy his life. He said, but if anybody, he said he challenged anybody or the authority, if they have anything against him, they should take him for questioning. And I'm still waiting. If Nigeria is a serious state, if they really have anything, they should have published it. EFCT should have come after him. So I'm waiting for that day. But I think I still respect him to challenge the state. A lot of politicians could not be bold enough to do that, but he has done it several times, and I still have respect for him more than all the politicians. Do
you see him as a man of the people, Ajanle Koko?
Oh, he's a man of people. He will win election any day. He will win election any day in Kogi State. He will win. The last time they rigged it, Dino Melaye is popular among his people.
Okay. Do you know who Adamu Gaba is? Do you know who Adamu Gaba is?
Adamu Gaba? Where is that? Which state?
It was one of these people that contested the elections the last time, along with those new generation people.
In which state?
I can't recall, but it's from the north. I just wanted to draw a parallel, so I'm trying to look for a name to the left and a name to the right. I wanted to say, who would you say Dino is more like? Somebody like Chowole or somebody like Adamu Gaba? But you don't know who Adamu Gaba is.
I don't know Adamu Gaba.
Right.
I might have known him. Maybe I don't.
You do know him. You just don't remember his name. Yeah. All right, yeah. But I didn't know. I love him for the comedy act that he is, but the looting, no question.
Yeah, but I wish we have all our politicians. Challenging the authority that they are not corrupt. I wish they could do that, and the rest and the authority should stand up and do something about it too.
But does it really mean they haven't caught him? Does it really mean it's not corrupt?
Well, for now, I won't say that he's corrupt because he has challenged them and nothing has been taken up against him. I will not say
and it's in the opposition. They have the
and it's in the opposition.
Yeah, they have the guts to challenge him.
Yes. So I won't see him as corrupt, but you know, he has demonstrated one thing that I would like each politician to be courageous to do. So I
like him. He's someone that I like. I'm not disputing that. I like him because he is very he's a volatile politician. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Talk to anybody.
Yes.
And he's very consistent.
Very, very consistent, and very outspoken.
Very outspoken,
and when he was even in the Senate, he spoke against corruption. He spoke against bad governments and stuff like that. So, well, we can.
And even he spoke against even his party when he was in the House.
When he was in the House,
section.
Yes. So.
I like him. It's man. But what I'm just saying, Ajale Kuku, is that
look at how you guys are rebranding Dino as a man.
I wish Dino be watching us now and say, "Hey, they love me in America."
Let's be truthful. If you have like 50 Dino in that Senate, things will change. Things will change.
Yes, I believe that.
If we have people like, if we have 50 people like Senator Shehu Sani.
Yes, that's another good man too.
That's another good man that you mentioned. They don't care. They will say it as it is. They don't
because it was the one that exposed their allowances, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's the one that exposed their salary and allowance, and they were very mad. They nearly killed him. Most of them were very mad. They were abusing him here and there.
One man. So this budget is the budget of to ruin Nigeria once again.
Just as an aside to you, Thomas and Ajale Koko, do you think a permanent building should be built for the senators just so that this accommodation allowance is removed? So a block of luxury apartments built for the purpose of serving sitting senators, and when they leave the premises. So anybody that is not happy to live there. So because all this accommodation allowance, the accommodation allowance for 1 year alone will build just a plush world standard apartment for them. So let them build apartments, and then you can stay there.
After your tenure, you leave.
You leave. Yes.
It makes sense to me, but these people, they are just thieves. There is nearly none of them that doesn't have his own private house in that Abuja,
or even 10.
Yes, they have their own private house.
Let me tell you, one man, that question you asked, the answer to it is that it has been done before. During the Second Republic, 1004 in Ikoyi.
Yeah, in Ikoyi, yes.
That was the official building for senators and the House of Rep members. That was the official building back then. All this amount they are paying to these people now, they weren't paying it to them. Official house official or house allowance and all this nonsense. They weren't paying. They have official building that were furnished by the government, so they don't pay them furniture allowance and all this nonsense. And when Obasanjo came in 1999, Obasanjo wanted to do the same thing. These people took up a serious fight against Obasanjo from day one. Obasanjo didn't want to pay them these allowances for furniture and all the rest. He wanted the federal government to furnish their place, and have a place for them that federal government will be paying, and so that they can save a lot of money. They fought tooth and nail. They said they are independent organ of government, and still the person like what do you call this man? Anton Zeribe and some other people, they said, well, how could they live where the presidency live in a comfort place, that the environment that worked well for him to do his job conveniently? Why would they want to dictate? It was a tug of war right from day one. So these people, they planted the seed of corruption from day one, and it has germinated, and it has turned to a disaster for the whole nation now. So, yes, one man, that is what we have to do. They have to buy, they're supposed to have apartment where they will live and furnish, so that they will save all this money. Yes, that's what we are supposed to do. I mean, they want to serve, they have their business, or they don't have anything they were doing before they got elected. Why did they want to be collecting all so much money for life? I mean, it's
anyway, we'll see, but it must get to that point, All this wolf has to be blocked.
Ajani Kuku, one man, for the U.S. president paying for his meal in the White House. That is developed country that they have the money, they have everything. Obama is paying for his meal. Trump did. Everybody, they are paying for everything. They are removing it from the salary.
I don't know the American system, but let me take you from that spot to another spot. Thomas, let me take you to this space. Then this one is somewhat alarming. When they say people double down on ignorance, this is doubling down on ignorance. Nigerian Army promotes commanding officer Bello, who supervised killing of #Endsars protesters at Lekki toll gate. So this is now the panel summoned him. He told them to get lost. This commanding officer phoned him at the scene. He said nobody was shot. So account now that 9 people were killed, and the punishment that he gets is a promotion from a lieutenant colonel to a full-blown colonel. So that is crime and punishment. Now, what are you making of that?
I will still say the same thing I said earlier on. Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is a crime scene. I expected those people that did this shooting, by now they should have listed their name, publish it. They are not ghosts. People know them. People saw them when they came. People saw them. People know them. People know them. They know themselves. I think by now they should be publishing their names and even demoting them, taking them out of. I'm saying demoting. Take them out of military completely.
That was the recommendation of the panel, the Okuobi panel. They said everybody that was at that scene, military and police, they should be dismissed they should be stripped of their ranks and dismissed. So that was the recommendation of the panel. So converse that and point it in the direct opposite direction. They promoted them instead.
Can I interject?
Yeah, come in, UK. Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
But the government. That's the kind of people they want now. The people that have the heart, the liver to do the job for them. That's the kind of people they want. So they will always promote them. They will always give them incentive. They will always make them the good ones. Then the good ones is always the bad one.
UK, I want to ask you, are you Henry?
No, we've already established that. You saw him under the freeze, Abby. You are becoming famous.
There you go. Yeah. I saw you. I saw you. Why are you hiding for us? Then you can show yourself to Daddy Fleece.
Look at UK and his girlfriend Kemi Olunloyo. You and your babe on Daddy Fleece.
Yes. So it's.
Was it his voice? Was it his voice that gave him away?
Yes, his voice. Immediately I heard that voice. I said, "Oh, this is UK. This is UK." It's very unfortunate. Is what we the bad people are getting from Nigeria. We were here when the former bandits were crowned as a custom officer. They don't even give him small rank. They give him rank, big rank, and they were celebrating him. Somebody, a terrorist, a bandit that has killed people. It's only in Nigeria we celebrate terrorists. We give them rank. Other country, they smash them to floor. And our country, Nigeria, look at them. Now they are giving this man promotion this time. So that means the life of everybody that has been killed in Lekki toll gate, that has been murdered, that has been molested, that has been shot at. That means their lives are no matter. That is why they can promote this man. Nigeria is a crime scene. Nigeria is a crime scene.
All right, thank you, Thomas. So call off your agents attacking Endsars panel members. So this is one of the senior lawyers saying this, an SAN, where is his name? Ebun Olu Adegboruwa.
Ebun Adegboruwa, yes.
Yes, Ebun Olu Adegboruwa. So he was part of the panel that were put together to do that probe. But very quickly, of course, after they brought out this damning report, it's just attack from senior members, by the way, of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration. So what this guy is saying is call these people off, because we have all of the evidence. I have certified, verified copies of the exhibits and the reports from that panel. So call these people off, otherwise you get aggravated response. So what are you making of that? The panelists already been attacked. Yeah, just off the back of
one man. The mistake Lagos State government did to themselves is to set down this panel. Because setting down this panel, and this panel, they are upright. They came out with their own report. Woman, these people, the panel has already indicted Lagos State government. They have indicted Lagos State government because they said they should call out everyone from the person that invited them, which is Sanwo-Olu invited them, to everyone that has hand in this shooting. The soldier, the army, the police, Lagos State government themselves. This panel has already indicted Lagos State government and Sanwo-Olu himself. So the mistake they've done is to set this panel and to add Endsars events to it. And I know the lady, the chairperson of the panel is an upright lady. I've been hearing him since. People are giving him kudos. He's a good judge. So
do you think Sanwo-Olu regrets it? Do you think he regrets setting up this panel?
That's what I'm saying. I said the last mistake Sanwo-Olu did is to do this thing. Because they already indicted him. Even they just give him the respect. Sanwo-Olu himself supposed to come to the panel to come and answer. Because he's the one that called this force. He's the one that invited them. I heard that he sent his SSG. I think he sent his SSG to the panel. He's the one that called them. They already indicted him. So there's nothing they can do. He's made the big mistake of his life setting this panel. And this at Ebun Adegboruwa, he nearly out.
He didn't even want to do it.
Yes.
Sanwo-Olu pressured him that no, this is a national service. So
Yes,
now
he did it.
he's done it against his will, and as a patriot, now they want to drag his reputation through the mud. They said they were paid off. Who paid? Who would have paid them? So where's that money? Because the only person that would really be paying them off would be the government that is trying to cover up. So who paid them
Yes.
off? I mean, what
You
paid
know,
them to do what?
who is paying them off? Is government, because now if they really want to go with the what the panel have said, the Lagos State governor will have his own time in court because he's the one that invited them. I watched the panel closely. Major General Taiwo confessed that Sanwo-Olu called them. Yes, Sanwo-Olu called them, but Sanwo-Olu doesn't tell them to go and shoot at them, but the box will surely stop at his own feet because he is the commander-in-chief of the state. So Sanwo-Olu called them. With all the panel said, they have indicted Sanwo-Olu himself. So they are coming now to try to bully this man, Ebuade Gorua, because they know this man is a son, he know what he's doing. Even if Okuobe try to hide what is going on, he has all the details, everything, all the recommendation. Even if they try to manipulate the white paper report, they have the original report.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Yeah, come in.
Angelico, come in.
Yeah, you see, Thomas. You see,
Yes, please.
Sanwo-Olu inviting them or calling them for help does not mean that it doesn't mean that he has committed an offense,
a crime.
Yeah, I mean that he has not committed a crime, and he doesn't have, according to the law of Nigeria, the military are not responsible to Sanwo-Olu.
No, you are right.
Yes, the military are not responsible to him. The military are responsible to the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, who is Buhari. And it's only Buhari that can order them to go to anywhere. It's only Buhari that can order the military to go to anywhere. So, Sanwo-Olu has done the best thing that he's expected to do by setting up that panel. In every civilized society, that is how it is done. You got to set up that panel so that we can get to the root of the problem. So that when we get to the root of the problem, we'll solve the problem and prevent it from happening in the future. So Sanwo-Olu does not have power over the military. So if the report submitted that yes, or like you said, the military guy that testified during the proceeding of the panel said that Sanwo-Olu invited them. That military guy cannot say that it was as a result of that they came. The governor, in the way Nigeria is structured, even the commissioner of police in each state, they are not responsible to the governor.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you
That
the
is the
law.
Constitution, but they manipulate them sometimes, isn't it?
Now, I'm telling you the way Nigeria is structured. The governor, the commissioner of police is not responsible to the governor.
It's
The
not
governor
answerable to the governor.
is not answerable to the governor. It's answerable to the Inspector General of Police.
Yes, IGP.
Yes, Inspector General of Police. The governor could request or could call on the commissioner. I need cities help. I need so help. I need security. I need your security help at so area. He will get approval from the Inspector General before he will go ahead. If the Inspector General said no, he won't do anything to the government request. He will not grant that governor request. They just put them that name, not your name, as the chief security officer of the state. It's just a title with no power. There is no power that back it up. It's just a title. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, you're right. That is where, not to cut you short, that is where when they came to Igboho's house, Sheyi Makinde doesn't even aware. They are coming there.
It doesn't. No. They are not responsible to him.
You came to somebody's state to raise that AFRAUD in a citizen of a state without letting the governor of a state knows.
That is the way they structure the security apparatuses of Nigeria. They are not responsible to the governor. They are only responsible to Mr. President. That's it. All powers. That is why you will see the governor. Is it the governor that appoints the police commissioner?
No.
Okay. So why do you think they're going to be responsible to the governor? He did appoint them. Inspector General of Police appoint all the police commissioner in all the state.
Yes, and he deployed them to anywhere he
likes. And he deployed them to anywhere he wants. So they are answerable to him and not to the governor. The same thing, the military. The military are not responsible to the governor of his state. They are responsible to Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces. So it was Buhari that gave them the authority to go, even though this guy could
tell them to shoot at them. That is the problem.
No,
who ordered the shooting?
That is a big question right there. And those people that are supposed to answer that question did not show up at the panel.
They boycott it. They
didn't go. They didn't show up. They felt that they are not responsible to anybody but the president. So why are you bloody civilian calling us to come and answer useless questions from you? But goodness. They cannot escape it. This world is so small. They can't escape it. No, they cannot escape it. They will. The whole world is so small now. We have seen several leaders that are facing trial now, that have been investigated. We are seeing the way. What do you call this? What do you call this? That guy of Liberia.
Samuel Doe.
No.
Charles Taylor.
Charles Taylor. Is Charles Taylor not in prison? Was he not sentenced by International Criminal Court of Justice?
Yes.
The same thing with former president of Chad. The one for Burkina Faso that killed Thomas Sankara. They are trying him now in absentia. And if it's 10 sentence, they will pass that judgment to Interpol. You know, Ivory Coast granted him what do you call it?
Asylum.
Asylum.
Yes.
So if they sentence him, they will send that judgment to Interpol, and they could get him and bring him to justice. So what all these people are doing now, they think they can. No.
They are just postponing the evil days.
They are postponing their doom days. They are just all those Malami, Buhari, and all of them. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. So
all right.
So as I was saying, one man, it's this man, Muade Gorua, he nearly out out when he saw how far they are going. They summoned this one, they don't want to come. This one, they don't want to come. As Ajale Koko rightly said, they are not answerable to the state governor. They are answerable to the federal government, which is Buhari. So we try to tell Nigerians now, we know Sanwo-Olu will not order them to shoot at these protesters. Tinubu will not do so. The box stop at the feet of Buhari. That means Buhari ordered the shooting. And even I don't know why they will be inviting soldier or army to disperse protesters. Soldiers and army, they are meant for war. They don't have tear gas. They don't use water cannon. They don't use anything. What they have is gone. What soldier have is gone. This is the work of police. Police should go there with the water cannon, with tear gas. That is the least. That is the max weapon they can use to disperse some protesters. But soldier went there. Soldier don't use water cannon. They don't use tear gas. They use gun. So they use what they have, and this is the result.
All right. All right. Thank you, Thomas. So, Thomas, let's go on to Ajanle Koko, who we want to expand on his thoughts. So, Ajanle Koko, this one really surprises me. Both the timing and the action, everything, of course, turned on its head with this particular one. It is alarming, but then, of course, it is Nigeria. Nigerian Army promotes Commanding Officer Bello, who supervised killing of #Endsars protesters at Lekki toll gate. So this is so alarming that this story was actually leaked from within the army itself.
One man, do you want to go to the new guy on the platform and let us hear his opinion?
Okay, so that to you, Osai. Osai, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Good evening. Good to meet you. I've seen your attempts to call me in quite a few times, but we've never really gotten to hear from you. So I was just to Ajanle Koko now to you. You are of course following the Endsars space. The chap, I call him a chap, is just is a killer really. So this guy now that superintended the shooting at Lekki toll gate, S.O. Bello from Kogi State, his name is. So he now, rather than the recommendation of the panel was for his stripping of his titles and sacking from the army, but the response of the army is to promote him. So they promoted now the leader of the kill squad. What are you making of that?
Thank you, Waman, for this opportunity. Yesterday, I was listening to the program, and Ajanle Koko was making some good points, but I think he touched more on it today. What I mean is, the commander in chief actually ordered the shooting, because before the army will execute any action, the final command must come from the president. Okay, come down to.
Are you speaking from some experience? Do you have a military background?
No. I do not have military, but I've got friends. Because I grew up in Lokoja. and I've got friends from the barrack in Lokoja then, so I knew how these things operate.
Okay.
So basically, I'm not surprised. Why I'm not that surprised is that this present government have shown continuously, time without number, that they can do anything, and no one can challenge them. Our leaders from the south, from the southeast as well, they I don't know what's happening, to be honest with you. If not, what would have given this government the audacity to promote this man at this point? What? Because they believe nothing will happen.
What do you think they are saying to the space by promoting this guy?
That's what they're trying to let understand is that they own the country. There's nothing we can do about it. Basically, that's what the message they're trying to pass to us. Because if the leaders from the south, right, stood up to say, you know what, fine, these guys, they were peaceful for about 2 weeks, and you guys came, so there's some compromise. Because why I say there's some compromise is that what happened to the management of the toll gate? What happened? Because the cameras were compromised. They
said the light was yes.
They switch off the lights, and this what happened. So they knew, because who announced that they're going to be a coffee? It was meant to be by 12, but because people were not really aware, they shifted it to about 4 or 8 o'clock thereabout. People start panicking, trying to leave for their various homes and order before the army guys came in and started shooting. Meanwhile, these guys were singing the national anthem. They have their Nigerian flag. See, let me tell you something. Let me say something here. Because of Buhari's previous experience, he was toppled. And I remember when he was speaking to Arise, that's an exclusive interview. He said these small boys, they want to come and overthrow him. So his mentality is that the Endsars is not just about the police reform, but it's a way of taking power from him, and he doesn't want to. He's not ready to do that. So the best thing is to speak a language that the youth will understand. He doesn't want to put that fear in us. That was my belief. Because if you see some of the video that were trending at that time, officers of the secret services were seen transporting young boys in their jeep. It was all over. People could see it. They couldn't deny it. So that was my take for now.
I agree a lot with a lot of things that you said. I think Buhari lives in mortal fear that is going, because I think he hasn't gotten over how he was removed from office as a military dictator, and is determined that under whatever circumstances he was going to stay in that place for as long as the law allows. And I also thought that he was receptive to being convinced that Endsars was actually an attempt to overthrow him. So he responded in the only manner that he knows. Danladi gets the guns and go and shoot them. So that was what happened. Danladi gets the guns and go and shoot them. Yeah.
Because you could see that this guy is really desperate for power. He has tried for 4 times. Finally had the opportunity, because he still want to remain in government for 8 years. You could see what happened. The chief judge, because he knew that if there's going to be any issue with PDP, they might end up in the Supreme Court. We all knew what happened. His kinsman has been killing people. The guy in Kaduna will make press statements. Nothing will happen to him. Nothing is moving freely. So and the people from the south, we are seeing all these things. So it's kind of painful that this guy, they're taking advantage, doing everything, and still they said we have to be together. That's my point. I don't wish Nigeria to.
You say you are not surprised that this character was promoted, but are you saddened? Does it sadden you? Because it's a weight on the space And the timing of it, we can't get past the timing, because the timing, it cannot be anything other than deliberate. They know what is going on now, and now it's the time they chose to. Even if that guy was due for promotion, they would defer it to, because they want to hide him away. They don't want him in the public space. They don't want his name there. But no, they promote this guy right in the heart of this report coming out to say that a massacre took place that this guy led. That is quite a thing, That is quite a thing.
It's saddening my heart. It's saddening my heart, because really, it's a statement they're trying to pass across. And I look forward in the next few days, weeks to come, and see how we're going to react. Because if they don't believe that, they're going to make noise after 1 or 2 days, things will move on, and probably this has been the pattern. But honestly, they've really touched on our sensibilities, for them to have done this at this point in time, where the reporters came out, and it's what is trending. Families, that is struggling. If you go to Lekki, if it's one, there's a house there where there's some few of them still left there. Those that actually sustained injury with bullet. Some of them still have the bullets on them. Some of those guys that were caught there, some of them are still in prison. Meanwhile, they're denying that they destroy things. You guys came to kill people, and people reacted. It's sad. It's so sad.
It's unbelievable, but even more unbelievable, they are now launching against the members of the panel that published this report. So they constituted the report, the panel, and they said they want people of integrity. They want people who are upright. And if you want people that are upright, then the result that you will get is an honest opinion. So you asked for it and you got it, but very quickly now, especially functionaries within Lagos State, they are moving against these people, trying to tarnish their name, accusing them of taking bribe. So what are you making then of this attack on the Okwobi panel?
Obviously, we should know that definitely there'll be a fight back. There'll be a fight back. They will try to come up with some theories, just to paint these people black. But obviously, we know Nigerians are more involved now in what is going on around them, especially with the help of social media. Things go out quickly. We know that there's no way they will be able to convince us that these guys took bribe or anything. One of the lawyers, Adeboruwa or something like that.
Yes, Ebonolu.
Yeah, this guy. I was watching one of the visits who went to the military hospital in Awolowo Road. The military officers couldn't show them where the dead bodies were kept. They were trying to play, like, oh, they're not allowed here. Here's a military facility and all that. But these guys, they've given them a mandate. The government have asked them to, make inquiries what actually happened. So they're not just coming there on their own. They've got the power, constitutional authority from the state government. So this lawyer, for some time, I've known him. He's a man of integrity. He's a man that is a critic of government. So it's not somebody that I believe will compromise. So I think they didn't see this coming. They didn't actually see it coming, because if they saw this coming, I think they would have disbanded the panel.
Should they have seen this coming, and did they see this coming, and do they want this to happen in the space? Because what I'm saying is, you have to understand that there's so many tension spots within the Nigerian space. So there's that space as well. This happened in Lagos State, and this happened under this guy's administration. So is this Lagos now saying that we will expose this just as much as we can, because this is intolerable? You can do it in Zamfara, or you can do it in your own country, or you can't do it in our country. So is this probe panel essentially meant to launch at Buhari? Is this meant to be an attack on Buhari by the Lagos State space, Sanwo-Olu, and by extension his godfather. Do you see it in that light, or might be too conspiratorial?
Not really, because I think the pressure was actually on him. He tried to pacify the protesters. He visited them, and from the testimony of Bello in the panel where he said the governor invited them. Yeah, the governor can invite you to help keep peace there and all that. He too was under pressure, probably from his godfather. That, you know what, I want those guys out of my facility. I don't know if actually it belongs to him because I don't have any evidence, but for the fact that from the rumors going around that he is a party. I mean, he's part of the people that owns that toll gate. So probably the governor he was under pressure at that point to say, we want those guys out of that place, because there was no leader to speak to, because they were asking them who is the leader of the protest. No one was showing, so there was no leader. So yeah, I wouldn't say it was targeted at the president, but at the same time, I remember he collected the report and went to Abuja and to see the president. Even after the incident where they destroyed properties and everything, he took the picture to go and show to the president. And when the president was granting that interview, as I said earlier, to Arise News, he didn't mention the person name, the governor name precisely, but he said one governor brought pictures of what happened. He asked the governor to go and take off his state, which everybody knew at that point that he was referring to the Lagos state government. So if I invited you guys to come and I didn't order you guys to shoot, then let the panel, that's what they said of the panel, so that they will know the truth, because otherwise people would think he was the one that ordered them to kill the protesters. I think he does want his name, to be cleared.
Okay, he wants to clean himself.
Yeah, but even at that time, even at the same time, he tried to clean himself. What happened? Because you are the chief executive officer of that state. That after the incident happened, that place has become a crime scene. Your Lagos State, one of your ministry or department, went there to clean up the crime scene. So there's no way he will be able to clean himself completely.
All right, thank you. So to this budget alarm that is being raised by Dino Melaye, it's just alarming, really, because we talk about corruption all the time in Nigeria, and the corruption seems to be happening in open glare. So the federal, this is just one instance. I could cite you several, but this is just one. The Federal Inland Revenue Service budget is stood at 228 billion naira, which surpasses the budget of the National Assembly, which is 134 billion. 120 are proposed for the judiciary, and the budget for the Federal Inland Revenue Service, just as an example, is more than the budget of 80% of the states in Nigeria. And some of those budgets for uniform, for sports facilities, for biscuits, for stationaries. So 228 billion for biscuits, uniforms, and stationaries. This is the Nigerian budget. What are you making of that? Budget padding yet again.
Mm-hmm. So this is what they do, year in, year out, And I remember one of the members of the House of Rep, I think it's from Kaduna State, that he was one that exposed and was talking about budget padding. I don't know if you remember. I've forgotten his name now. So it's not something new. It's not something. Not Erufai. Something. I'll try to remember his name now. Because of that, it was not allowed. It was not returned back to the
Is
house.
Is this Shehu Sani?
No, not Shehu Sani. The guy. I mean, sorry, it's from Kanu. No, not Kanu. The guy is from Kanu. Because Shehu Sani is from Kaduna.
Yeah.
So basically, you could see that every year in, year out, they pad these things. So it's not new. It's not something new, but it's sad that year in, year out, the poverty is increasing. People are suffering. No, we don't have good roads. The prisons is not even like you won't even wish your enemy to be in that kind of facility. Okay, for example, the president ASO clinic. If you check out the budget in that clinic for the last 6 years, would have built more than 4-5 hospitals, standard hospitals in the 6 local regions of Nigeria. So I don't have much detail as at this time, so I won't be able to talk much on that. Woman.
Oh, all right. Thank you. And just finally, Lai Mohammed responds by not responding. He is on the run. Lekki panel report, Lai Mohammed out of Nigeria, expect response soon. This is a spokesperson now. So his spokesperson responds to the space saying that he's out of Nigeria. But him being out of Nigeria did not stop him from reacting to the Americans removing Nigeria from states of religious intolerance. So they were able to celebrate that from wherever they claim to be. But Lai Mohammed now on the run. He's always very quick to speak. 3 days in now, he's on the run. So what are you making of this out of the country thing that they're coming up with?
Lai Mohammed is someone that I think before they gave him that name Lai when he was born, I think they foresaw his future, because honestly that man has brought a lot of disrespect to Nigeria. He for now he doesn't know what to say, to be honest, because he's been lying to this point that he doesn't even know what to say anymore. So what do you want to say? You want to say, oh, okay, we will now say, oh, okay, because initially he said there's no body, there's no blood, okay, there's no dead body. Now the panel have confirmed that people were killed. So what do you want to say? There's nothing you can say anymore. To be honest.
So where does it go? Because the next time he surfaces in public, the cameras will surround him. They will be pushing microphone in his in his face, and the one question that will be reverberating around him is, respond to the Lagos panel. So how does he get out of this? What does he do or say?
Probably he will say that before he will respond, he will want the white paper released first.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
Because he wouldn't want to say anything that will later contradict himself. I think that's what he would just give as an excuse.
Yeah, you're right. He would just kick the can down the road. All right. Asai, good to meet you. Where are you based? Are you in? You sound like you're in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, I'm in London, UK.
Oh, right. Oh, there you are. So I could see you on the bridge there. So good of you to join us. So thank you. Stay with us just for as long as you can, and you can interject if you want to make further points. So from you, we go on to Igo, who joins us. Igo, are you there? Have you gone to eat again? Igo, look at that. He's gone to eat again, Igo.
No, one man, let me go.
Yeah. So to you then, so the talking point, this chap that was promoted, what are you making of it? S.O. Bello.
Well, they will promote him because he has done the dirty job now. So he has done the negative. Anything you do, you must get the reward now. So they have given him, positive reward why he did the negative job now. So that's all I can say now, because for the fact
and the timing of that promotion, is it somewhat dancing on the graves of these people? Is this some like sacrilegious almost? The timing of this promotion just at the epicenter of this this controversy. What are you making of the timing of it?
Well, the timing of the promotion, we already know now. Somebody who commit murder now, he shouldn't have any timing. All we want to hear is that he must face the prosecution. He must face trial, because they kill people. So I don't even want to like put any time on it, you know. But just that since we have a bad government, you know, why will somebody go and kill, then you promote the person of killing, which means others can follow the same trend, you know. So that's what I want to say.
All right. And the panel being attacked, what are you making of that? You asked them to do the job, they did it, and then you launch attack dogs on them. What are you making of functionaries of Lagos State attacking members of that panel?
I mean, attacking them. I mean, like from what you said now, you already asked them to do the job now, so they have to do the job based on their knowledge and based on the spirit and based on the facts and the evidences they have. So they did it the way it should be done, you know, in any good society, because there's facts, there's evidence, you know. So attacking them is just like your I mean, how will I say it? Attacking them, which means they are not even happy of setting it off, but just that it's just the pressure of the people, you know, because of the way people intervene, that, you know, something must be done on this killing. So that's why they just say, okay, let's set off the panel. But they felt that maybe they are gonna twist something, you know, there will be some twist, you know. Nigeria now, you know, like the government now, they will make things to be straightforward, but kudos to that judge that make everything to be very transparent, you know, transparency. So it's because of the transparencies, that's what the government didn't like. That's why they are attacking them.
All right, thank you. And this budget padding, 228 billion for civil servants, more than twice the budget of Ondo State, sadly twice the budget of the judiciary, bigger than the budget of everybody. Budget padding, money for uniforms, money for biscuits.
Election they come now. That money when they pass now for election now. Yeah. So that one is my own speculation and opinion. I mean, it's for election, so the money is for election now to get ready. You remember how many months now? How many months have? At the counter,
I think it's in February, isn't it? So round about what, 14 months, 13, 14 months, yeah.
13, 14 months. So with the counter.
Yeah.
As soon as we enter December,
you know, they will be looting now at record
rate. Yeah.
Just, you know, still quickly carry that one, quickly grab that one. You know, remember how Rotas Okorota did when he was leaving Imo State, that he was unscrewing door handles and taking it to his warehouse. This is what they will do.
One man. You know, the problem is that, you know, for the fact these people don't do any work. I mean, like they don't have their own career. That's why you see them. They are very, very petty people. You know, even hungry man cannot even act the way they are acting. You see what I'm saying? A normal hungry person will just take the one you can eat. At least you'll be satisfied. But to tell you how petty they are. So do you?
It's almost an act of cruelty. What they do is almost an act of cruelty. You know, just anything they will just loot it, just steal it first, and then we'll think what we can do with it later. This is this is what they are doing.
Yeah, but after stealing it now, what happened now? After stealing, what happened? Just you steal it, and you are stealing for the West now, because they will still carry the money and go there. Not that they will steal it and use it to develop the place and employ people to work for them, you know. So I mean, it shouldn't be working. It shouldn't be working that way, you know, because if you steal and use it to develop your area and employ people, now that one I will know that it's still inside the system. But this one they will steal and take it away, you know, or they will take it other part of the country, other part of the African country or European country or America, you know. Then those ones will use it to furnish their own local economy, you know. Yeah. So it doesn't really. I don't know. I can't just know the kind of people, you know, that is ruling us.
All right, thank you, UK. So from UK, let's go on to Truth to Power, who is with us. Truth to Power, are you there?
Hello, woman.
Hello, good to hear you. Why do you sound so dull? Why is everybody sounding so dull today?
I'm all right.
Huh?
I'm all right.
Is it the weather, or did
yeah,
eh?
maybe.
All right, good to hear from you again. So, really, the main talking point is this: I'm a chap that supervised the on the ground shooting at Lekki Toll Gate and has been rewarded from a lieutenant colonel to a full star colonel. So, what are you making of that? Just in this time and space when we're all lamenting about the Okwobi report, what are you making of it? The arrogance, the impunity, the everything. What are you making of it?
Thank you so much, woman. Yeah, I think I've been away for a while, but
yes. Did you travel?
Yes.
Okay, good to have you back.
Yeah, I just got back. Yeah, it's really a shame that it's only in our own dear country, Nigeria, that things like this can happen. I've been following the news in the last few days, leading up to the leaking of the reports. For one thing, like you said earlier on, even if this young man is due a promotion, for such a time as this, that people are still reeling from the effects of 2010, 2020 that happened in Lekki. How I cannot see the sense in it. I cannot see the wisdom in it. The insensitivity flies in the face of logic that they would do a thing like this at such a time as this. So it's really painful. When I saw it myself, I actually read it in the news even before you came up with the storyline this evening. I was kind of shocked, and I was asking myself, who dares do this? This time that we're still trying to grapple with the reality on ground, and then we hear that this man has been promoted. So it goes to say that we are really not serious in that country to put things right. It's one thing to make mistakes. It's one thing to say, oh yeah, we did wrong. We lied. We raised our hands up. Now we really are interested in reconciling people and healing the nation. It's another thing to say, oh, using the F word and saying we should all go. And they don't care whatever happens, and then this just flies in the face of logic. So it's
I was going to ask that. What do you think they are trying to signal to the space with that move? Because it befuddles the mind somewhat. It, like you said, it goes contrary to everything that is in that space at the moment. This guy at the heart of it stands accused. The Okwobi a panel recommended his sacking. Everybody is looking for to see how he's made to answer. And the first time you surface his name is to say that you have rewarded him with a promotion. It's unbelievable.
So I think it's the first salvo that they have shot. That we are really not going to get justice from the panel seating. That's the first salvo. Short already that however loud the hue and cry, there will be really nothing that will come out on the back of it. I know that they, on the one hand, want people to think that, oh, we allowed the panel to see it. We were fair in our assessment. We let justice take its course. We allow them to come up with a report. But on the other hand, they already know how they want to put spanner into the works. So, for example, already they started casting aspersion on one of the leading members in that group, and a few others in the person of course Ebu, the senior advocate of Nigeria. So you see, I think it's well crafted and orchestrated. People might not see these, but this is what I see played out. You see, they got these people involved, and they already know how they want to antagonize the whole thing. To say that, because I was listening to somebody that was called one of the I think the counsel to the Lagos State government, that was called for an interview by Arise Television, I think earlier on today. It was just saying bother that she was talking about the the fact that people that constituted that panel in the first place, some of them, they are passionate and subjective even before the panel started at all. So, and therefore, because of their tendency, they were not supposed to be a part of that panel. So you see, they allowed things to go only for them to say they want to start throwing spanner into the works, trying to tell us that the character of some of the members of the panel were doubtful, or maybe they collected bribe or something. So
yes,
they are trying to rub the mud. So this is so that in the end they can then water down the value of the true report and then give us something that is really of really no significant value as the white paper. So personally, I think it's the first salvo that has been shot to let us know that we can cry all we want, we can clamor all we want, but they will have to be the determiner of justice. They will have to give us whatever they want to call justice. Maybe they will just hassle a few people, demote a few people that don't matter. But the big boys that should be behind bars, the people that actually committed this murder, that do not care for the life of the Nigerian person, the real people will not be brought to the book. Do
you see a North-South divide in this narrative? Do you see sort of the federal playing against Lagos State in a North-South divide sort of narrative? Because this was a panel constituted by Lagos State, and the real finger, the blood finger, is pointing in the direction of the federal. So do you now see the federal taking this stance now by promoting this guy, is signaling down to that space that we have dominion and we have impunity? Do you see a North-South divide in the narrative?
Okay, I wouldn't say it's a North-South thing. I would more see it as a federal against the state thing, in the sense that, of course, the federal is the president of the presidency and his cabinet. I want to believe that somehow, because I think Anthony Blinken at the moment is in Nigeria, and I think he was having this conversation with, of course, the Malam, I think if not yesterday, maybe today, about them following through the report and the recommendation of the report. And all Buhari was saying to him was that he would allow the states to come out with the white paper, a thorough thing, and then before he can start making comments. So personally, I think everything happening in the respective states of the federation as it stands, with respect to the panel set up everywhere at different places, I don't think the federal government will be too keen as to whatever comes out of it. They are doing their own thing, what they think they know best how to do. Regardless of whatever the report says, they will do what they want to do. And that's how I really see the weight and the might of the federal government against the state. And of course, in such a matter as this, who will win? So we know the federal will use their might. They would just rubbish some of the things that will come out of it, and that's exactly what we're going to see. But it's sad. It's a shame.
It is a shame, It's it's not knowingly. It's not even a catchphrase that I use when I say unbelievable all the time that we are talking about tonight. But it is unbelievable that this guy that stands accused of massacre, of mass murder, and all the evidence, even the panel set up by a satellite space of the federal space, is come up to say that this guy does stand accused. And the response of the federal space is to promote him.
To promote the guy.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. It is quite stunning and quite upsetting.
What does it say to the politics of Nigeria? It says to us that we're not ready. You see, we were saying with one part of the mouth that we're ready, we're grown up states, we're ready for democracy. But what do we see? We are not ready. And if in the near future the police, the army rather, they seize power again in the way of a coup d'etat, they will start crying again. But we are not ready. We are not mature. We're not ready to really follow through with the rule of law. So it's a shame.
It is a shame. But you've happened upon it, but expand upon it. The panel set up. They are already under attack now. Just 3 days into that report, being handed over, accused of being compromised, even taking bribe. They are talking about a retired judge and a senior advocate of Nigeria who they recruited for reasons of their integrity. So that integrity now brought to the fore by presenting an honest and investigated opinion. But that doesn't then weigh in their favor. Even functionaries of Lagos State are out in the public space trying to muddy the reputation of these people, accusing them of bribe taking, etc. What are you then making then of this alarming development?
Yeah, I really can't understand why all of this now. They allowed this panel to sit. And the governors gave his word that that they are going to follow through with the recommendations and the findings. And lo and behold, these people have come out with a credible report, because some of the arguments or the counter arguments to this report, as it were, some of the pieces of information filtering out as it were, is that the reports, some part of the report didn't even highlight some of the abuse of the police. It was just about, but again, I was asking when I was listening to the counsel to the state government today. He was saying all of that the report does not contain anything in the way of abuse or destruction meted out to the police. But again, the panel was not set up to pander or to cater to the needs of the police. It was
for the victims.
Exactly. So within the remit of the responsibility of the panel, that's what they have done. So it is really, I really don't understand what game they're trying to play. You set up a panel and you do not want to believe in the integrity of that panel, but you set it up. And in fact, I do not know why somebody on the side of the government will be the one that will be coming out. You're saying to us that you were part of the panel, you saw how proceedings went, and then you're coming out to try to tell us that the reports were not true or some of the things were not true. But of course, again, we know you are a counsel to the government. So what do we expect?
But this is their known technique now. It's always to obfuscate, to muddy it up, to make it unintelligible, and then to turn it into a nonsense. Do you know they nearly succeeded in scrambling the brain of that girl, DJ Switch?
Yes.
She was starting to doubt that she saw what she saw.
Exactly.
This is the technique, and this is how they do it.
Exactly. But one thing I believe will happen is, no matter how they try to quieten this guy, no matter how they try to quieten members of the panel, no matter how they try to bully them, they know exactly what they have come up with. They know what is inside the report. They have copies of the report, and one of them has said blatantly that he will keep observing the turn of events, and if he sees that there is any underhand dealing in the way of the government trying to tamper with the very reports, then they will have no other option than to release it out to the Nigerian public, and we can then know that it is really the government against the people. So
yes. Do you think this might well mark a seminal moment within the Nigerian space? Because we've been looking for a seminal moment that will cap just excesses within the Nigerian space. So we have to reach that point where we say that this is in one of Chinua Achebe's book, A Man of the People. There's this chap. He's a shop owner, and then he stole from a blind person. And then they chased him from the community. They said he has done enough for the owners to see. So when do we reach that moment when they would have done enough for the owners to see? Is this that enough is enough moment? Or are we still?
I think this might well be that seminal moment that you just talked about, because you see, the Nigerian people we've been reading roughshod over the many years and decades that we've continued to I was listening to the program yesterday, and you said we are these resilient people. We have this thing, the bounce back ability of the Nigerian person. But I don't think we will continue to just allow things to continue like this. There has to reach a breaking point. And I think this might well be, because if it becomes clear, crystal clear, that the Nigerian government, on the back of the recommendations of this report, that they do nothing, that nobody really goes down for it, or they do not even, they're not honest enough to say that they are sorry and they have made mistakes, and they truly and genuinely show to Nigerians that they want to heal the nation. They are ready to listen to the youths, and things are not going to continue the way they are. I think this might well be that moment. And if it does happen, then I think the best way we can channel our energies as our youths, as people in that nation, is to boot out the dastard governments of APC and the like. Even PDP are no different. And then just we need that breath of fresh air. Somebody new, somebody that will really listen to the yearnings of the people. And this might well be that moment where every single Nigerian household, every single Nigerian person would know and say, these people don't mean well for us. We'll go to the ballot.
Can I interject?
Yeah, come in UK, yeah.
Yeah, but my question is, what does it take to even change that country? Because the people doesn't even, ask them for accountability or upon all the money they have been looting. Nobody asks them. It's for you to do. Let's say if you take, if you have 1 million now, at least do 200,000 something. Like you take this, and at least let us see. I'm still talking about it, light, water, road, school, hospital. If you want to loot the whole country, loot it. Nobody cares. At least make it conducive for people who do their businesses. Make it conducive for ordinary citizens who work. Who sell their stuff. At least even a friend of mine just called me today. He just opened a small company, hire about 20 people. Could you imagine somebody who suffered from abroad come to invest in Nigeria, hire about, he's just talking about light. Now he's thinking if he can do solar to power the machine, the little machine he brought for the business. But could you imagine a single person have a small business that he hire like 30 people? Why? These people who steal billions of dollars can't even do anything to show for it.
As they just hired 10 more just now. You told us 20, now 30. How many?
No. I'm just.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So
carry on.
Yeah. If a single person can just hire just people like that, just a number of people like that. These people who steal all these bills, what are they even using it for? That's my own question, please.
From what you've just said, the one that just struck me, your narrative, UK, was when you said the guy, he was lamenting, and then he had to go and buy a generator to power his system for whatever he's doing. So these are those incidental expenses that we don't budget for. Sometimes a lot of people going from abroad, they go with grand plans. They will even draw all these Primavera chart walkthroughs that these are the stages. They will plot it, plan it, they will budget it, but they don't really, because they've been so calibrated in a Western style that a lot of things, a lot of incidentals, they don't budget for. And it's always those incidentals that get you, When the guy suddenly goes with his grand plan and he says, there's no electricity, so now he has to be chasing generator, and that generator goes to chasing diesel, and then that is, it's just, it's just always these things now, these things that we don't foresee because we just take it for granted, that is not even something to consider.
Yeah, but what do you think, Wordman? It's how the oppressor operates with the oppressed. See, they want to keep people down. They want to keep them muted. They don't want people So you see, these things are basic things that we see everywhere in other places, even places like if you go to North Africa, they are coming up to par with the Europeans. But we in the West, of course, South Africa, as we know it, they're doing their bit, they are all right. But we in that West Africa,
you'll be surprised that some West African countries are starting to leave Nigeria behind. Nigeria is going to be left behind, if this is what is going to happen.
Yes,
I don't know if you have driven through Nigeria into Togo, but it's like a ferry ground ride on the Nigerian section, and when you hit that border, it's like you're driving on a well-laid carpet.
Yeah, to Benin Republic, I have.
Yes. So is that a lie? That is a ferry ground ride. Is potholes? The roads have potholes. The potholes have roads in them. Is what they have in Nigeria.
That's
so
true.
The potholes have road in them, but in Senegal, it's just a cleaner system. So they are getting the electric. Ghana is getting the electricity. Everybody's they're scaling up.
Yeah,
but we are just regressing.
That's true. That's so true. And I was saying to my wife a few days ago that what is it with the Nigerian person? You see, we're talking. I think sometime a few days ago, I think Ajay Koko was referring to a vlogger, a YouTube vlogger, in the person of Sabbatical that went very recently. Of course, I also follow him. I watch it, and he said Nigeria is a byword for corruption. It's been everywhere. It's been going to places, but it's never seen it this bad. Even in all of the African places it's been. I don't know what the problem is with the Nigerian person. You see, the government is one problem, but we the Nigerian people
are Nigerians subhuman.
I don't know, because we really behave like we're subhuman. I must tell you, somebody working and doing his job, getting a salary, getting paid. Yet this person is driven by inducement, driven by bribe. What for? So you see, the Nigerian problem, we know it is from amongst us that we pick our leadership. And it is often said that a nation gets what it deserves in terms of leaders. But I just want that mass sensitization where we will wake up from our sleep and slumber. We will challenge the status quo. We will say, Is
Nigeria too far gone to be redeemed?
Is
Nigeria beyond redemption?
I don't think we are irredeemable. I think we are very much redeemable. I think there are. You see, if we were that state where all of these things are happening, but people are not fighting hard, coming up. So people like Showore, I know you don't like him, by the way. That's fine. People like Showore, people like the neo revolutionaries, people that believe that we need to break the boundaries. We need to. You see, those people, however small the numbers are, they are the ones keeping things in check. And because they are still speaking, they are still fighting, however tame, however lame they are, because they are still doing that, one day, I believe we will get it right. But we cannot just keep kicking things down the can and saying one day, now should be the day.
Now should be the day, though. Yes, you are right. Now should be the day.
Wake up to our responsibilities. You see, our fathers, the ones who have gone before us, maybe those in their 70s, in their 80s, they are passing out. For those who are from their 50 down, we can still do a lot to change the narrative of that nation. So I don't think we are irredeemable. I think we are redeemable.
Do you think a generation has to pass on? They have to effectively be dead before the country can be rescued. Do you think for as long as the Tinubus, the Babangidas, the Obasanjos, for as long as they are around, there's no rescue for that country? The BUHARI'S, all these people.
On the face of it, it looks like. But you see, okay, ask yourself this question: what if look at what's happening now in one of the markets where Tinubu's child, the young woman, she's the one dictating what happens in the market again. So it means that you see the oppressors now, they are handing power again to their wards, to their children, to continue to oppress even Nigerians. So if they pass the baton to their children and those ones become lords over us again, then we still continue to go. Even if they pass out, the trend continues, the sequence continues. So for me personally, I just think the Nigerian people should wake up. I think it was UK that was saying it earlier, that we don't challenge things enough. So it's high time everyone begins to challenge things. If you send a representative to the House of Rep, you send a senator to the Senate, you send somebody that should be fronting for you, doing your bidding, then we should challenge things. Go to the local, start from the local government, challenge things. Things are not working. It's one thing to challenge the things, another thing to be violent. No one is saying people should be violent. Go challenge things, go to their offices, make noise in front of Alausa in Ikeja if you're a Lagosian, make noise in Secretariat, say things are below par, fight. You see, as we continue to fight and say these things, it will reach a point where these people will not be able to take it anymore. And that will become the breaking point. But if we don't speak and we just let things slide, things pass, then that redemption might never happen. It might be another generation from now. But I really want it to happen in my lifetime. I really yearn for it to happen in my lifetime.
What do you think will be the epitaph of this administration? What will be the abiding memory once Buhari is long and gone?
Can I interject? So,
yeah, come in.
Yeah, what I want to say in terms of the changes, well, I believe based on how people have been exposed, because even this platform where one man set up, it has been creating a whole lot
of buzz,
changes, So it will change, whether they like it or not. But that changing, something will trigger of that changing. It could even be this Endsars thing we are talking about, could even trigger that changing we are talking about, But I know, definitely it will change. Or when the hunger is too much now, the hunger.
Do you think Endsars Mark II is almost inevitable? Endsars Mark II.
That is what I'm saying, because like the white paper, as we are waiting, I think you remember 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks.
1 week now, 1 week has passed already.
Okay, so from there, let's just keep our hands crossed, our finger crossed. So that is what I want to say.
Because thank you, UK. Because what I'm saying is truth to power. Yeah. This thing of promoting this guy after all the allegations that's been leveled against him. This is essentially the federal saying to the people that you have to fight your way through this.
Exactly.
We're not giving an inch. You have to. If you want it, you have to take it.
You have to take it.
So that is what Endsars attempted. So with the people now seeing this, promoting this guy, so that then tells the people that, well, you either, die on your feet or live on your knees. Those are the options that the government presents to the people. Die on your feet or live on your knees.
I agree with you, one man. But you see, the biggest way we can really let our voices heard and our opinions as citizenry of that country count is at the ballot box. You see, we have an opportunity again. I'm not saying that we just have to suck it up till 2023. By all means, people should continue to speak. People should continue to protest lawfully. But when we get to that point again, that point in 2023, that decisive moment, every single Nigerian of franchise age, we should come out en masse and do something. It's not enough for us to.
Truth to power. Can I interject, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, what you are saying, you are really making sense, but it's still not changing everything. If we still have the same people coming back, we don't have any choice. Same people, Atiku coming back, Tinubu coming back. They are same set of people.
But who says we have to vote APC and PDP? Who says? Who says we have to do that?
Truth to power. I will not deceive you. There is no party that can defeat these two parties. There is none.
So
For now,
so what
there
happens?
is none.
What happens to the floaters? Those people that would say, okay, because of APC and PDP, we will not vote. What happens for people, for youths joining these parties and going into those parties to change things from the inside? What happens to that?
But true to power, we had them. We had the likes of them, Showore, Mogalu. People don't buy the idea. People don't believe in them. I don't know, maybe they don't believe in them. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't have structure, but they have structure. They have.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Thomas?
Yes, I'm listening.
If an election holds in Nigeria today, who will you vote for? I know people have not laid their intentions out clearly. We don't know who is coming up, but who will you vote for?
If election come today, I'm
Do you have anybody in mind?
opportune
Do you have
to be in
anybody in mind?
Nigeria.
Yeah.
I would rather vote for Showore, even if you will not become the president of Nigeria.
Exactly.
These two parties, I can't withstand them anymore.
So what it then means is that you see the Nigerian voter, we have this problem of thinking, oh, if I do vote for somebody conscientiously, the person will not win, then I will not vote. That's a wrong mentality. You just need to go out there, do the right thing, and forget about the other person doing the wrong thing. And before you know it, we'll get it right in one election cycle. So for me personally, I don't believe in these two parties. They failed us time and time again. Even the APC that just started about 6 years ago, it looks like we've had them for 60 years. How much more can we go as a people? We are reaching breaking point.
Do you think that change will come from a third force or from the masses going into one of these juggernaut parties and taking it over? So do you think it's essentially a youth takeover of the PDP or APC, or a third force? How do you see realistically things that change taking place?
I think it will be easier. It will be more difficult at the beginning if a third force springs up and it's all youth encompassing. It will be more difficult from the beginning. But once they break through the barrier and they are reckoned with, I think they'll win. They'll win if there's mass movement into a new third force in Nigeria, a mass movement of youth. We see people register in their droves. People are driven. People have had it up to the hilt and say no, and we see that at the beginning to get that mass momentum will be difficult. But once people move in that direction, that's what they want to do. I believe they will floor these two parties easily. That's a possibility.
Yeah, one man, can I interject?
Yeah, come in.
Well, I keep saying it. The only thing that can change that country is hunger. When that hunger have wired everybody, hunger. You see, hunger is gonna be a big change to that nation.
Can I say something? Let me interject you back, Mr. UK. You see, I do agree with what you're saying, but you see, those of us in diaspora, we are propping our people back home. There's sufficient help. Even if you see, I know how much I send virtually. I'm not blowing my trumpet anyway, by the way, but I know what goes from here to Nigeria, and I know that's what every one of us on this platform do. So there's so much support for our people back home that at times we plug the hunger gap. We plug and they don't see it, and they just let these things pass. So I don't really think there's going to come to a point where it will be that bad that people will be driven by hunger, because we prop them anyway. We have families, we have relations there. And even if we're doing well in other parts of the world, we cannot turn a blind eye against them. So we prop them from time to time. So I don't really see how, because of the diaspora remittances, I don't see how the hunger thing will facilitate for that change. Personally, I don't think it is hunger that will push people to do this. I just think people will be too fed up to say that there's so much crime, so much injustices. Government is not on the side of people, and they've just had it up, and something in the way of what Showore is proposing, in the way of revolution, will finally come upon us, and nobody will be able to stop that. And that's what I see.
Do you think Showore gets the credit for Endsars, and should he get the credit for Endsars?
I think he plays a part. No, of course, I'm not going to say we need to now turn Showore into a lord or something, but it plays a part. I don't believe in everything he does, but I believe in I don't believe in the way everything in the way he does them, but I believe in his motive. I believe that he wants things to happen for good. So yeah, he gets some credit as other well-meaning Nigerians speaking.
You see, I think Showore and Nnamdi Kanu, especially above all else, they get the credit for that Endsars. You see, I think those two chaps, especially, just as two standalones, I think they opened up the possibility space for that Endsars to happen. Because these two guys, just unarmed, they stood firm in the face of all these tankers and bullets and everything that Buhari was throwing at them. They stood and they fought him hard. And then that opened that space up to all of these young people now that streams to the streets who said that, no, yes, we agree. And so because Nigerians do not have the bravery usually to go out like that. But because of the bravery of these two guys that said, no, we cannot live like savages and we will not live like savages. So they stood firm. And then that opened up that space for that Endsars to happen. If without Showore and Nnamdi Kanu, Endsars would never have happened. Never.
You are right. You are right. You are right by all means that those two people they continue to defy the government of Buhari. They continue to say that whatever you want to do with us, and I really applaud them. You see, I really applaud them. You see,
and I'm not a fan of either of them, by the way, but I have to acknowledge that
yes,
they did
yes,
that. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I really applaud them because what they are doing,
and you have to include the Yoruba Nation agitators
as well,
because they all hit up the politics.
But it was even Nnamdi Kanu and Showore that created Igboho now. Igboho
yes,
would not have.
exactly.
They opened that for him to.
What I'm saying is that yes, you are right that they created Igboho, and Igboho role too in heating up the politics to charging up everybody stand in the western zone. Should as well be credited as well.
I was rather upset when they were trying to chase Nnamdi Kanu and Showore off the grounds when they were doing Endsars. I thought it was a bit of ingratitude because this was what he was calling for, and they came out. It was his call that they hearkened to. But
But again, I could see some merit in why the youths wanted him to leave the grounds that day, because of course again then it means that the government of the day would want to discredit everything that it
will politicize it, Abi.
Exactly. So that's the reason. But these two men or three men or even more, those that are doing things in the background, pushing for things, they all need to be applauded. And I think the threshold in terms of from 1999 that we restarted this again, this whole democracy thing, from 1999 till now, that's about 21 years if I'm not 20. Is it 21 years? 21 years if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's coming to that point where every household in Nigeria, people are being sensitized. People are gaining knowledge every day, and knowing that we cannot continue with this status quo. And of course, when you continue to do and push, before you know it, you push the boundaries, you push the wall. So we'll get it right, I know. But all we want is that we don't want it to take a lifetime. It can happen in our own lifetime. It can happen in our own.
One more. Can I
ask you a question, please?
Hold on for UK. Yeah, UK, go on.
Yeah, that 1999. I remember I was 20 years. So as soon as they say they're gonna have election for democracy now. Me, I was Nigeria is gonna change because of the long period of like I was very, very optimistic that the country will move very rapid. I mean, as in in everything, both development. Okay, as soon as Obasanjo came now, the handset, the GSM now.
Exactly.
I remember that 1999. I traveled to Cotonou. Then I saw handset in Cotonou. I was so surprised. I said, why is it that handset is not in Nigeria? While in Cotonou here, as soon as you cross that semi border, you see people giving you to, you pay them to make a call.
Right. That same year I was in Benin Republic. That same year.
Yeah. So I begin to this government this thing is gonna change. But I didn't know that this thing is just like that military, continue all up until Jonathan came in. When Jonathan came in, Nigeria was a bit good because I wasn't receiving too much call. Who would give me because everybody was enjoying. Even they said Nigeria was the happiest country as of that good luck Jonathan time, because people were just eating. At least when you loot, it will go around. this one now, the loot, it doesn't go around. It's very tight. When things are tight in Nigeria, everybody will start shouting. Nobody think about that looting that is going on during that Jonathan time now. Now, because these people, they are very tight now, so nothing is going. It's not going round. That's why a lot of people are shouting.
But it's going to the big people's pockets. That's the problem.
No, because what I'm trying to say is that during that Jonathan, at least the things were okay, because the importation now, people were importing, rice and all those things. Things were cheaper. Things were cheaper compared to now, because people were like talking about food, or what to eat or what not to eat. Things were better, compared now. And even it's supposed to be even more better, because since we have that kind of betterment, it should have been a kind of a progressive, sort of a thing. Since these people, they make it restricted, but at least let's open up so that things will be okay for everybody. That's what I'm just trying.
Thank you so much.
Let me ask you a question, then you can come together. True to power, how did you see this third force? Kingsley Moghalu, Sowore, Feladuro Toye, Obi Ezekwesili, that they should form this third force to fight these people. If we don't have this third force, I'm going back to the third force. If we don't have this third force, I don't think we can take down this PDP and APC. How do you see this third force, this combination?
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. Yeah, the third force idea is very good. Personally, I believe it should work, but the question would be, will it work? Now, Sowore, with the way he runs his things and champions his things, would he be reasonable enough to want to change tack, change strategy? You see, there is this thing about Sowore. Like I said earlier, I like I like what his motives is rational, but this thing about the how that he needs to change. So for me personally, if he can back down, come off his high horse, and believe that he's not the only one vested with the interest of making Nigeria good. He's not the only saint. If even he's a saint, there are too many well-meaning Nigerians that he can join forces with. And personally, I want to believe that Sowore is not driven by I need to become the president at all costs. He should be driven by whoever gets there that will do what is right. It's a win-win for me. That is what I'm fighting for. That's what I'm championing. So the third force idea is good. It's really good on paper. But with the kind of ego that some of the people that mooted the idea had in the first place, would they back down on their ego? Would they change tack? Would they change strategy? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. And if they will not back or change their tactics, then I don't see.
You see, that third first thing, it would never, or all of these forces, they would never work until. Let me. You know that democracy came from Greece. You know that it's a Greek. The codification of democracy as we have it now is a Greek concept. So they created democracy. So now in Greece, the word idiot, it also comes from Greece. It comes from the word idios. That is the etymology of that word. Idiot, it comes from a Greek word, idios. So the etymological Greek understanding of that word idiot, which is idios in Greek, it doesn't actually have the connotation that we use it to disparage a foolish person. That's not what it means.
Okay.
And idios is somebody, because the Greek, they consider participation in politics as a civic duty, as your duty to yourself as a person,
Okay.
because you have to participate in order to determine how your life is lived. That is how important the concept of democracy was under the Greek formation of it. That was what they predicated it on. So an idiot then, rather than a foolish person, is a non-participant. It's somebody that stays outside of politics. So they consider that such an anomaly that they describe that person as an idiot, which is somebody that does not participate in the politics of civil society. A lot of the Nigerian space, they are idiots, essentially, is where I'm going to, and especially the young space.
Yes.
They abstain from politics and they are looking to effect change. So third force, fourth force, XYZ, it doesn't have any meaning so long as the mass of the population, which is essentially, because Nigeria, 70% estimate 35 and under, certainly under 40. So it's a very young country and they all abstain. How can the country 70% be under 40 and the president is 83? So that tells you that they're all idiots. So if a country of idiots, you can bring them out, it's just nonsense, isn't it, really? But, yeah.
I really like your analogy.
Can I interject 1 minute?
Yeah, come in, Ajale Koko.
One man, your analogy.
Too harsh?
Yeah, no, it's not too harsh. It's very, very good. And I want to make reference to that to support what Showore is doing. So Showore is not trying to be an idiot. That's why he's consistently participating. That's why he's consistently going on the street to play his whole role, to change the anomalies that we see that is happening in that country. So truth to power, for you to say that Showore should back down, I think it's
No. I didn't say back down from the politics.
You say you should quit the stage.
No. I mean what I meant was the idea that he has to be the president. So if that's
does he not have the right?
No,
he have the right. He has the constitutional right to be whatever he want to be.
Yeah, I agree. All I'm saying is that for the betterment of the third force or whatever, if he has
forget about third force. Those third force we are waiting, they're not gonna come. And for us to listen to that, the analogy of one man now, that third force are idiots, people that are sitting behind and not participating and not doing anything. You know, all of us cannot go on the street like Showore. At least talk. If you want to sit at home, you can need you at a video, just talk. You see, talk by itself. When we talk, when we say things, it can go a long way to change things. But when we don't say anything, when we sit behind and instead of doing something, we resort to even criticizing people that are making effort. It won't do us any good. Showore, if all of us are like Showore, those third force that you expect to come in that we haven't seen, if they have came out and started doing their own too, you see, that collective effort would have changed something. But people don't want to participate. They want to complain, but they don't want to participate. Some that are even participating by voting, you see them voting for the wrong people. that are suppressing them, that are terrorizing them. Those are the people they continue to vote for. So it's I mean, we are just we are on an enlightened society. Most of our people are educated, but not enlightened. They are unenlightened. They don't know they are right
from their wrong.
They don't know the wrong things they are doing that, I mean, against themselves. And they want to continue defending indefensible. And they want to continue to support these criminals that they have in power. Instead of them to see it, some want to play ethnicity nonsense to justify the wrong thing that these bastard politicians are doing against them. You see, we are backward people, and that country is a backward nation. Is underdeveloping nation. It is not developing; it's underdeveloping nation.
But when I suggested that Nigeria subhumans, you guys were throwing rotten tomatoes at me now.
one man. That your analogy,
that country is underdeveloped. It's not.
Analogy is 100%. Almost all of the youths, we are idiots in that country because for 70% to be young, and this same young people will go and vote for this old
and an even higher percentage under 55, close to 85% of that country is under 55, you know, and you have all this. Have you ever seen Buhari walking recently? It's just bent over, you know, I saw him walking in that when he went to Paris to see that. It was just like Scooby-Doo. Do you know how Scooby? It's a funny thing, and this is the thing. You know, he used to be an upright, standing soldier man, but he's just so debilitated. You can just see it's just so sad. You know, it's not the full ticket. Certainly not the full ticket.
So, sorry, one man. Do you know the Shewore? Despite his sacrifice and everything, most youth in Nigeria, they'll be like, oh, she can't start from local government. These guys be consistent for over 3
but nobody
decades.
likes him. That's the thing. He's one of those people in life that people just don't like. People don't like.
It's just unfortunate. These guys be consistent for...
No, one man, let me tell you.
But a lot of people do like him for now.
They like that guy. But the problem is that, you see, politicians can play some narrative. They will come out with a dubious narrative against you and turn the idiotic people, those idiots, those people you call as idiots in Nigeria, and they will turn him against you. So, and that is what is happening. And another thing is that most of the youth in Nigeria that you're talking about, those idiots we are talking about, they are not enlightened. They don't know they are right. They don't know what they're supposed to fight for.
And that is the major problem. Because they don't know
they don't know what is supposed. They don't know how to fight for their future from today. They don't know it. They don't know fighting now against oppression, against bad governance. It's fighting for their better future.
Exactly.
They don't know it.
Do you know that analogy?
Showore is not the problem. Showore is not the problem.
But he's an unlikable.
Forget about it. Look, you don't need to like Showore. We don't need to like him. It's just a person doing his own way, his own thing. He doesn't want to be part of idiot that doesn't want to stand up for the future to save their country. It's just one person, and he's ambitious that, okay, he wants to be president of Nigeria. We have seen that. But he wants to be president through democratic means. Democratic means is by voting for him or not voting for him. But when you see bastard in government,
he needs to form an alliance, sir.
Yes, but when you see bastard in government that are not even practicing democracy, that they are saying we don't have democracy government, we just have civilian in power. We are not practicing them. Are they practicing democracy?
Nothing that looks like democracy. It's not even, you know.
Under democracy,
they should sue Nigeria under the Trade Descriptions Act for telling lies that they are practicing, because it doesn't fit anything like democracy.
It is not democracy.
They're selling us a false premise. That's 419.
Of democracy.
Democracy is meant for good governance. Are we having good governance in Nigeria? Obviously not. So we don't practice democracy. We just have civilian in power. And that is what they are. And they hide under democracy. And they can see they are looting the resources every day. And they are destroying the country every day. They don't provide road. They don't build road. They don't build hospital. They don't build no good school. ASU is about to embark on strike. You just see trouble upon trouble upon trouble by the government, and it's caused by this bastard they have in government, and not by the people. But instead, the people to stand up and fight for their right, they don't want to fight. Chowore is just doing his own and doing it well. He's doing it well. He's trying to awaken other people to stand up.
Ajale Koko, hold on, Nico. Ajale Koko, do you know that analogy in America? I don't know quite who said it. That he said he freed 1,000 slaves, that he could have freed more, but the others, they did not know that they are slaves. That is Nigeria. They don't even know that they are slaves. So how can you free them? How can you free them?
Can you see that?
Yeah. Ego, you wanted to come in? Ego. I thought this is Ego. Ego. Yeah, we do love you, but character.
Hello.
Yeah, go on,
Ego. What I wanted to say is that Ajale Koko is just there telling the people that they are not fighting for their right, they don't know how to fight. And then I put a question to him. I said, where are you? What are you doing there? Why don't you fight here? Are you not in Africa? Why do you run to Texas or Houston to go and get everything very easy? You should have fought here and teach them how to fight.
Do you know how much I have fought in Nigeria before I left?
When I accused you Africans.
Do you know how much I have fought in Nigeria before I left?
This country of Africa, it looks as if it's something of.
Why are we problem? Why are we in abroad problem to you? How are we problem to that country? Tell me.
Not to me. It's not to me.
Are we problem to that country?
Showore is a hero now. He left everything in US and he's here fighting. But you will say, is this or is that? Come, if we have like 20 of Showore, like you people who come from Europe or wherever, America, come and take different position in your state. Think we will see you come. Listen, it's very easy for you to sit one place and say whatever you want.
You are talking trash. You don't start up in that country.
To you is trash.
Yes, you are talking trash.
When you run to where you have your convenience.
So I should leave my business. I should leave my family to come and die for you, right? Is that what you are saying? I should leave my family and come and die for you because you are God sent. God, I'm Jesus Christ, right? To come and die for you. Look at this one. It's just talking nonsense. You want somebody to live where there is safety, where there is where I have good life, to come and live and come and die for idiotic people that don't want to stand up and fight for themselves. What are you talking about? You don't even know what you are talking about. If you have that opportunity to come here, you will not come here. Look at this. Look at a black man hypocrisy. You have time to, if they open gate for you to come America now, say, don't pick anything, just come empty-handed. You will fly, come here. If they say they open gate for you and your family, won't you leave? But you want to stand up and accuse and said everybody come and fight. Now, true, we are Jesus Christ. keep on waiting for us. You will wait till hunger will kill you there as UK. Hunger, when hunger kills you, then you will stand up.
Somebody is suggesting that he's going through stress. Are you going through stress according to Chris?
One of those ones that have left abroad come to that same Nigeria and they were killed. Professor Agborode spent 40 years as a professor in Germany, came to this same Nigeria to change things. He employed people, this same Fulani people, they kill him.
Yes,
so
sorry, Thomas.
People in Nigeria now.
Sorry, Thomas. Kachi is asking. So you are asking people to come back to Nigeria and fight. So a perfectly legitimate question by Kachi. Where did you fight? Yeah, Ego, you in Nigeria that you're asking people to come out. Where did you fight? That's the thing. That you're asking people.
His internet is not working. His internet is not working again.
His internet is not working.
Yes. And he wants me to come there where I can have running internet.
The African slavery, the modern day slavery, and the African thinking will continue to rest in black people, and they will continue to hide under the truth, and they will continue to remain slaves, not until they recognize that country that they are, now their forefathers and they built all those tunnels and all those things, that they should be calling for reparation by now, than for them telling the people back home rubbish and coming here to tell us that.
Ask for your reparation from those people that are suppressing you. Ask for your own reparation right there from those people. Rescue yourself from those people that are suppressing, that have taken you as slave inside your father's land there. Those are the ones fight first. Fight against those ones first. Before you can come and fight against Oyibo.
There's nothing personal about it. It's putting up your opinion, Cha. Please.
That's what I'm saying. I said in your father's land, Nigeria, people that are suppressing you, people that does not give you pipe-borne water, people that does not give you good road, people that does not give you electricity, fight against them to get those basic necessity of life first. Those infrastructure, let it work first. Then we can now come together and come and fight against Oyibo as you want. You are not ready to do anything, but you want to criticize those of us here that are doing our bit, that are saving that nation. If not for the money we are sending back home, do you think your economy wouldn't have been crumbled? Wouldn't have crumbled?
You come here looking for a quarrel.
I don't know why.
Can I interject?
Yeah, if he has come to your rescue, go to see.
No, I did not come to Ego's rescue. Ego, you actually
no, to Ajale Koko's rescue. Go on. Yeah,
okay,
good to see you.
Ego, you actually made me to come into the show. I've been in the background listening, and Ego, you were talking about what's it called? That until we blacks understand that it was our grandfathers or ancestors that built the tunnels. Okay, no problem, granted. You see, when we Africans discuss about these things, we forget about something. The problem Africa has always lacked, right from time immemorial, has been leadership. And when there is no leadership in any structure, there is always problem. Thank God that even the whites preserve the blacks that we have now in Europe. Ego, what happened to the blacks that were in Arabian countries during the, what's it called, Islamic slave trade or trans-Saharan slave trade? Do you know what happened to them?
He doesn't know.
They were all massacred.
Go
and read if you, for your learning, go and read the rebellion of the Zanj. Rebellion of the Zanj, Z-A-N-G. the people that died during the trans-Saharan slave trade, or what they normally call the Islamic slave trade into the Arabian Peninsula, were more combined than people that even died during the Atlantic slave trade, which they normally talk about repatriation to from the Europeans, which you are making mention
Sorry,
now.
rebellion of what? I need to look that up myself, but
Yeah,
I want to.
Zanj
yeah,
rebellion.
the Zanj rebellion,
Zanj
or
rebellion.
rebellion of the Zanj.
Zanj. All right, go on.
Yeah, Zang. You understand? So this issue of repatriation, assuming those blacks were not massacred, it will be the Arabs that will be talking to, and also the Europeans now. That aside, during that time, Africans were selling people, African kings were selling people. It's just that they don't want to talk these things in history because it will, the first, I'm telling you, if Africans know their history, the first people that will be gone are our leaders. African leaders or kings were selling people for as low as powder, human being exchange for powder, mirrors, alcohol, umbrellas, and ridiculous things. The same thing is still happening today. We have our leaders who will take resources from Africa. Okay, look at the monies Buhari has borrowed. What is it different from slavery? What has he used those money for? And let us keep going back now. Jonathan came there, they will borrow money, loot this money, save it abroad. So when you are talking about somebody should come and fight, and Ajale Koko asked you a question, and for me it's like people who are doing their best to take care of people back home. Some people normally say that, and it's showing either ignorance or lack of appreciation for the little effort people are doing. And Ajale Koko is asking a question that if not for the remission that is done, imagine the remission done by Nigerians in the diaspora is almost synonymous to the budget of Nigeria. Is that normal? The only advantage we are having are still the infrastructure or the legacy laid down by Awolowo. Imagine these are dead people and we are still talking about their, and no government has matched their exploits. Go and look, either in the former Western region, Eastern region, or Northern region, all those exploits of those leaders, no either military or democratically elected government has matched their exploit. And that was what actually, so when you guys normally sit down there and you are saying Nigerian diaspora should come back, we are already back, because Endsars has shown what Nigerian diasporas can do, and that's why they had to ban Twitter. That even affected people in Nigeria more than the Nigerians in diaspora. So Ajale Koko used a word, leadership. The ways African leaders are behaving, as they are still behaving as if they are this slave master that must have everything to themselves. Whatever they say should be the final. That's the same problem Sudan is having today. Imagine Sudan. 8 people were killed today. Sorry, it was yesterday. Because just they don't want military government. Imagine the same Buhari now killed people in Endsars, saying that they wanted to overthrow my government. Can you imagine how African leaders are thinking? So and there is a saying, don't let me religionize it, that before you remove the rafter in another person's eyes, first of all remove the straw in your eyes. And that's why I don't normally want to blame, want to blame Europeans or Arabs to some extent. Even if I show you what the Arabians talked about African leaders from time immemorial, you will be surprised that from a very long time, these people have actually seen the way African leaders behave. And I would because of what's it called? Because of maybe a YouTube policy, I will not say it, but I will paste that quote for you to see in the comment section. Thank you, Ajalen Koko, for the time you've given.
Thank you, Ife. Your voice sounds somewhat quivered. Are you all right? Or the emotion of it gets to you?
No, it's just the emotion. It's just the emotion.
Yeah. No, these are, I'm not sure if ego is serious in instances or is just trolling just to get a reaction.
Yeah.
But
Can I say something?
sometimes I'm somewhat.
How do you mean?
One man. Can I say something?
Yeah, let's hear from UK and then we hear from Ego. Yeah, UK.
Just quick statement I want to make. Because if I was talking about the infrastructures that was built before the independence or after, whichever time they built it. One man, have you ever traveled like on those bridges in Lagos? One time we traveled like I think they call it Kata Bridge.
Kata Bridge, yes.
Igomu area. Do you know that I was looking at this grid? I said, man, this thing might collapse. So. Yeah. And see how dilapidated that bridge is.
The railings are falling off, so there's no catch if it's just terrible.
Yes, I begin to think, so somebody can be like this, when this one collapsed now, they will say they didn't see it, or I don't even know. Well, sometimes I begin to, what's the work of the government? Because this thing is something that they have to be like checking almost every now and then to know if, because, bridge is always contract and expand now, to know, at least to be checking it so that there won't be any incident or that bridge will not collapse. I don't know if sometimes when they are driving me within that Lagos Island, man, I get scared because of the way I see those bridges, the way, how dilapidated those bridges are, It's very, very unfortunate that the people will have.
Hello, UK. Yeah. If you want to see the best structures in Nigerian University, go to IFE, go to UI, go to all those schools. There are those structures built by all those regional leaders. The ones that have been built by our leaders now, in the next 5 years, it's either is bad or it is dilapidated. They are looking for some funds to refurbish them.
We've seen the example in Ikoyi now. But Ego, you wanted to respond to what is being said. Ego does want to respond, but the system. Go on.
I was taking a position with regard to what Ajahn said and yourself also. That maybe I'm just throwing the word there. Sometimes it's very difficult to play out the truth. Ajahn Lekoko is there roosting or whatever, saying all what they like, telling about his family that will be giving door and that and that. We are not in this public space to begin to fly our shoulder where we belong to who we are. We are here to talk about the realities and put things that are going around the world in the public space. Then people should air their opinion. In my opinion, you can't just sit in Houston, you sit in London, sit everywhere, and begin to insult those that are in Nigeria, trying to get things done in whichever way they are enslaving them. If there is an exodus,
Kachi's question is, what have you done in Nigeria? What you personally?
You will know what I have done.
Okay, carry on.
You are talking about personal question. Are you dodging the reality?
No, but you are personalizing it as well.
What are you all doing in Europe and America? If there is an exodus, all those your money and your skyscraper, if you bring them back to Africa, won't Africa change? Or you don't want to change Africa? Is it not long enough that this African people, there is war in Congo, killing in Namibia, this a year? You people don't want this continent to have peace. If the whole of you gather your wealth and everything, your skyscrapers, your building, and repatriate all of them back to Africa. All those stolen names and fake names that you are bearing over there, you come back and trace your name and build your continent. Is there anything wrong about it? Why are you there saying Nigeria will not get like, man, go stay here? Where you don't reach, where I never reach. Nigeria will go do this. Nigeria will use that is not the issue. We are talking of reality here. Yes, the country is
so
dead.
ego. So ego.
Excuse
what
me,
you are saying?
Excuse me. Excuse
okay.
me. Don't cut me. When I finish,
say
you come.
Okay,
yes,
say your own.
The country is this. Government is that. This is what we are facing. We all agree. Where is the solution? Is it by you being in Houston when you were here fighting? You are telling them not to support him. Why don't you join him here and fight with him alongside? What is wrong in that? Why must you be telling me that? Why would I come to where there is no light? How many fight did you fight for this light to be here before you run to Houston, Aja and Lekoko? You better not come to the public place and begin to deceive us or deceive yourself. We should put reality forward and defend reality. That is not your mother's land. Come and develop your place and start making a ground that is baseless and think you have point. Yeah? You know where you don't reach, you never reach, okay? Cool down.
Okay. So, Ego, do you know what I have done in Nigeria or effort I've made to do things in Nigeria? You don't know. So what you are saying is essence is that all of you in Nigeria cannot solve the problem of Nigeria except we in diaspora have to come and solve it for you. Is that your narrative? What is our population in diaspora to the population back home there? What is our population? If I come home now to come and contest for election, would you vote for me if I don't bribe you? If I don't give you money, would you vote for me? And yet you are expecting change when you have to take money to vote for to do your civic right. To vote, you want to take money.
Was it not like that before
you are expecting change?
Was it not like that before you run to Houston or where you are? Why don't you fight here to stop it before you run there?
What have you done anything to stop it?
Before you left to where you are? Why don't you fight?
Have you done anything to? Hello,
I don't know how to fight for the right.
Let me talk.
Blah blah blah. Those are people who went for their right and was killed in the end. Lekki took it, and you are telling them they don't know how to fight for their right. Like who told you come here and fight? Let's see you.
Yeah, the way you talk shows that you don't know how to fight. You are one of the ignorant Nigerians, and you are one of most unenlightened Nigeria that you don't know your right.
How?
Because you will still vote for this bastard that has subjected you to slave in your country. You will still vote for them.
It is yourself.
You will still vote for one of these bastards that have subjected you to slave on your father's land. And you are expecting people from abroad to come and save you. You cannot get saved except you save yourself. It's unfortunate that people like you, this is the way most Nigerians talk. They don't know their right. They are very ignorant and they are very unenlightened. But if you see somebody that is telling them that, oh, this is the way to do things, let us do it right. No. They will come after you. They will carry cutlass to cut your neck off. This is the way they do in Nigeria. And that's why they cannot get it right.
Massacre doesn't know their right also.
That's why they can't get it right.
Also does not know their right,
Until when they get to you, that's when you will know. It is coming. They are coming after you. Until when they get you, that is when you will know. You will know that people in abroad that are talking the way we are talking, we have done the best we can do to wake you up, to stand up for your right, to do the right thing, but you don't want to do the right thing. You don't want to vote for right candidate. You want to continue voting for wrong people. And you are expecting change. You are expecting God. And most of you will go to church and go and pray that God come and solve the problem of this country. You think God lives, God exists, where hopefulness can be turned to hopelessness. You think God will exist there? We are somebody that is well fed, can be killed with hunger. You think God will exist there? You think where somebody that is buoyant can be changed?
Do you know what triggered?
Can be inflicted with poverty. You think God will exist where you live, where you people don't do the right thing? You think God will come and save you when you don't do the right thing? Or you think we in abroad can come and save you when you at home don't do the right thing? You are getting it wrong. We can never save you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ask me your question.
Okay. Do you know what triggers the Arab Spring and where it started?
Yes, I know. In Tunisia. Yes.
Good. And from Tunisia, he ended up in Syria, right? With lots of countries follow. Okay, good.
Yes.
What triggered the Endsars here?
Yes, police brutality.
Good. What triggered the Endsars? The boy was, harassed and be shot, wherever in Delta.
The police abuse you, harass you, they brutalize you, they kill you anyhow. Yes.
The issue in Nigerian states today, the problem in Nigeria today, is not by much talking. When it's going to happen, they will just wake up one morning and happen. Something will just trigger a mass revolution, and you will see everybody in the street. You don't need to go and plan it and begin to talk up and down. That is why when you see the Endsars, when they rose up on Endsars, they were unable to stop them because it is something that triggers it. When you want to go into revolution, it's not by plan. So if Nigeria is going to get better today, you will see one morning people will just wake up, different things will begin to happen. And that's how it will be. Not by you sitting somewhere and be criticizing people here, telling them that they don't know their right and their left. And you didn't fight any right and left here before you go to Houston and go and stay. What are you talking about?
You are waiting for something to trigger, right? Before something you say something will just trigger revolution in your country. In your country? You're expecting something. What is going to trigger?
Of course.
Yeah, tell me. What do you think is going to
what triggered the Endsars? Were you there? Do you know?
Your country. Do you speak in one voice?
Were you sleeping?
In that country. Hold on.
But they speak in one voice during the Endsars.
Hold on.
They spoke in one voice during Endsars.
Look. Do you speak in one voice in your country?
With no leader, one voice.
You don't know what you are talking about. When the Southerner was speaking Endsars, the Northerner are saying pro SARS. Do you think you are in a country that can speak in one voice? You think you are in a country that will speak in one voice, or we fight towards the same direction?
You are from where? You are from where? You are from Oduduwa or from Biafra?
I am Oduduwa. I am Oduduwa. Which one do you belong? Which one do you belong? Which one do you belong?
We are the Midwestern Nigeria. We are the real authentic Nigeria. Midwestern Nigeria.
Look at you.
Nigeria,
I now see why you are talking like this, and I will tell you why you are talking like that. Why you are talking like that is that you are from a minority in the South. And one thing with some of you that are minority in the South are scared to death, thinking that your neighbor that are majority in the South will consume you if we get our nation out of that contraction called Nigeria. But what you don't know, you are still expecting, you are still clamoring for one Nigeria. What you don't know is that enemy far away that you are looking up to, that you want to partner with, that with them you are safe. They are the ones that will come and consume you. It's a matter of time. That is the problem with those of you, some of you that in the South, you think the majority in the South are your enemy when they are fighting for the right thing that will benefit the whole South. You see them as enemy. You rather want to stab them in the back and remain a slave for that Fulani man that is coming to consume you, take your land, and massacre you. Keep on waiting. They are coming after you. Keep on hoping for hopelessness. Nigeria will solve. You don't want to stop. You think God will come and solve your problem for you in your country? But we see we Oduduwa. You see we Oduduwa. You see the Biafran, they standing up to benefit all of us over there. But you want to talk. You want to talk nonsense. You are not doing anything. You are sitting down there and you're expecting something you're gonna change. When the politicians come now with their campaign, they will give you 5,000. You will take it and go and vote for them and prolong your suffering. Abinobi so ego. You they wait for money now. Politics they call. I know why you they talk. You don't say money is in the pipeline. They don't pass budget. Money they call, contract they call. You go share your own there.
You don't get a lot. Now God the win. You don't get a lot. Now God the win.
The only leadership that can rescue Nigeria today is only a man that can provide us with the Abiola template of leadership. That kind of leadership is what we need in Nigeria today. Listen, no matter what they want to do for this country, not until we continue to believe that transparency is the only way this division we are seeing will continue. For some to be in one direction, telling us here that we don't know what we are doing, I don't agree. If we don't know what we are doing,
Ego, is it your hold on? Let me ask you a question, Ego, just so I'm clear. Is it your assertion that because some people are living outside of the shores of Nigeria, they should not be critical of the politics of the space or to gather to discuss possible solutions? Are you saying that people that are not in Nigeria cannot be critical of the politics of the space?
Not at all. That is not my position. I'm looking at things holistically. You guys are just challenging my position, thinking maybe, see, I stay abroad better than Ajani Koko, as he's there chatting up and down. So we should continue to, we should try to. How
do you know?
Excuse me,
how do
sir.
You know?
Excuse me, sir.
How long did you stay here? Do you know how long I've been here?
Oh, God, let me talk.
Mr.
Nigeria. No light for Africa. No internet. Anytime now they can just cut it. So when I have little time, let me use the place. I know Africa is fraud. I know my country is rubbish, but it's still my country, man. I must come home, man. My family is still there.
No. We have to challenge that. It is not just your country; it is our country too.
Good.
It is our country too.
My position now is quite clear. Like not that I say we cannot table the matter as a people that lives in the diaspora. But what I'm saying is that we should be channeling our focus to how we can be doing more. Not we all trooping abroad. For instance, I give an example. Let there be an exodus across the European nation and the Africa and the Americas. Sorry, the European and the Americans. Let there be an exodus of black people back to their father's land and see if Africa will remain the same. What are we talking about here? When we continue to run away from our land,
stop. Ego. Do you really know what you are talking about?
I don't think he does. I think.
Do you really know what you are talking about?
What is this man saying? What are you saying?
You want somebody.
You are thinking of your. You are thinking of your 50,000 naira flat, or your $50,000 flat, and your $100,000 flat in US. Is what you are thinking, that you are living a better life. Okay, please relax.
Hold on. Yes.
Come back to Africa.
Look,
How dare you disparage? Ajale Koko lives in a mansion, you know. Ajale Koko has a private jet in America. You want me to show you Ajale Koko on Instagram? You don't know who you are talking to. Ajale Koko he has 2 private jets.
Ego, you don't hear, so be careful. Get private jet. Look, Ego. Ego.
I can hear you.
Hey, let me tell you, this thing where we take joke, it's not easy.
Of course.
All of us that are shouting from abroad, I want you to know, we all love that country.
Yes,
Of course.
And that is why we are all this one coming on this platform to talk every day. I want you to see it as we are crying. We are crying for the survival of that country. Good. Thank you. We are crying for the survivor.
All right. So
let me call you back.
Ego, I think you are just trolling us. That I think that you are a troll. You know, I think you are deliberately doing this. But I thank you, Ego. It looks as though Ego has dipped out anyway. So it stands to round off here. Ego has provided the entertainment of the day that if you're outside of Nigeria, you don't have the right to an opinion. So that was Ego. You know, as ever, he does that. And that is why we delight in his company. So we start to round off and we'll go from UK to London. Ajale Koko. So UK first to you.
Yeah. Thank you for this platform. I just want to say, everybody who have, exercised patience for this, discussion to go as far as this. I want to say thank you for all of you. I want to also the viewers, please try to subscribe, like and share. This platform is a very great platform that has been changes people's views and people's mind, about the way our country is being ruled, which is not good for our citizens. There's nothing more we can do other than keep shouting so that people's mind will keep changing, the way we do things so that that country can progress. Even if we don't want to stay together, at least everybody can go their separate way and develop their region, but we'll keep shouting until things will surely happen in that country, because people deserve good life. People deserve, dignity. People deserve every good thing of this life. It's not meant for only 1%. The resources is meant for everyone. Sometimes in life, I keep thinking, even the rich people or human beings generally, they think that the resources is just meant for them and their family. Then they will come to the church and start, preaching for people that there is heaven. Why the heaven we have is the Nigeria and the resources. I mean, which other heaven will you go? God already giving you everything, because the reason why God gave us those resources is for us to make earth paradise, But since people people think that it is their own property, it's not gonna work that way. But I know definitely one day something drastic will happen that will bring a stop to all this nonsense. It's just a matter of time, So I just want to thank one man for giving us this platform. I keep saying it, I'm addicted to this platform. Sometimes I even abandon my work, because of this platform. I just want to say everybody.
Don't abandon your work. Or how else will you be super chatting if you abandon your work? Do your work and listen to it. I'm only joking.
Yeah, so I'm addicted. So one day I will make a move and come and see one man.
Oh, all right. I look forward to that.
In person. Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Daddy Freeze's best friend. So
No,
thank you,
Daddy
Daddy.
Freeze is my pastor. That one is my
Yes,
pastor. I don't play
I
with him.
know.
That's my pastor.
Don't worry. I'm trying to get hold of him, but I don't think he likes me at the moment because I've given him so much abuse. You know, I've even done videos abusing him, so I'm not sure what I will try. I want to get some names, you know, so that we move to like a celebrity interview sort of, not celebrity show business, but you know, people known to the public. But thank you, UK. A real delight. Everybody now delights in UK's company. So from UK now to the voice that now joined us just today now, Osai. Are you still with us, Osai? Okay, I think we may well have lost Osai. So from Osai, we go on to Truth to Power. Truth to Power, are you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. But before we hear your words, let's hear your words regarding ego, who keep insisting that we're cowardly people that have run out of the country and being critical from, he even calls us slaves that were mopping floors abroad. What are you making of that commentary, of that? Yeah.
I think ego was a bit harsh there. I know it's easier said than done when people clamor from the comfort of their homes. But like Ajale Koko said, because someone is here doesn't mean they're not fighting, and people can fight however they want to fight. But the most important thing is to fight with our voices. And like I said, I've got family, friends, everybody there. So, and we can't uproot everybody. So we are, for those of us in diaspora, for at least for the ones that I've seen that are really patriotic about Nigeria, even more patriotic than people that are there. So
I will suggest that even me that I'm sitting here, I'm probably fighting more than ego because I'm doing this fight every day. You know, so is this not a fight that we're doing here?
Exactly.
But,
and you, yeah, of course, you had your own personal business to deal with, but then you go out of your way, you set this up, people come here because we want something to change. We're not just gathering for gathering's sake. We could be gathering to drink beer or have some nice time, but we really want change. And then, like you use the Greek analogy, we are not idiots. Even as we're talking about it, it means that we are part of it. We're sensitizing people, and it's all counts. You talk, you sensitize, you let people know they are right, and people begin to do what is right. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But we have to be deliberate. People oftentimes talk about the Arab Spring, talk about all these revolutions in different places, but you see, that is leaving things to chance, and that might be.
And the Arab Springs, by the way, Truth to Power, that has failed because their circumstances are even worse now than before.
Thank you so much. So it's for me personally, we shouldn't leave the fate of Nigeria to uncertainty. We should, whatever we see we get, whenever it changes, it changes. So we can't leave Nigeria to that sort of fate. We need to be deliberate, we need to be calculated, we need to yearn for change. And as we've been saying, people feel the pinch, especially people back home. They feel the pinch, they know where it pinches, they wear the shoe. And that's why we expect things to change from outside to from inside to outside. It's not the other way around. I do believe that ego feels that, or maybe it should be from outside to in. No, it should be from inside, and then we join in. We join in. We join up with you guys. We join forces. But people that are there, they feel the pinch more. People that are no longer there, we can say that we have some sort of breathing space. So Nigeria would
a lot of the changes that is going on in Nigeria at the moment is being propelled from the outside. Showore from the outside, Nnamdi Kanu from the outside. Because from the outside, one, you have that freedom of expression, and then two, you have the basis of comparison to weigh what you knew to know what you now know, and then ask the questions why. So that is the outside that is actually, I would say, propelling the change in Nigeria.
I agree with you, and that's why I said it's not about the physical presence helps. The physical presence is what will ultimately bring about the change, but the clamorings, the talking from the outside are propelled. The little changes, the little sensitization that we've seen so far in the inside, and that's why we need both sides to work together. It's not a one size
competition. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, we need to work in tandem. So while the footmen there, the people on ground there, will be the one to propel things directly, we here will support them. And again, we oftentimes, I believe that people in this platform, we still hold Nigerian passport. So we go now and again, and if in such a moment that we are there, the whole revolution thing springs, of course we'll join in. So I don't believe anyone here is a coward. I believe that we believe strongly in what we believe in, and that's why we're here. So to wrap it up, thank you so much, One Man. The platform is really one that nobody can forget in a hurry. Once we've been here one time, we get addicted, as UK has said. We want to come again and again and be a part of something, a change revolution. Join in the voices of the time. So thank you so much for setting up the platform, and for anyone that has not subscribed yet. Personally, I don't just subscribe to things, but I think the third week upon chancing upon this channel, I subscribed. I subscribed straight away. Even before I got an opportunity to come onto the platform, I subscribed already. So I enjoy everyone listening to us in this platform. Subscribe to the channel so that you can get updates, regular updates when topical issues come up like this. You can be a part of it. God bless you, One Man, and have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Truth to Power. Good to hear from you again, and good that you're back and safe. So that's Truth to Power. He dips in every now and then, and of course, he drops this gem, and then he disappears. But the person that drops a gem as well regularly, if of course, every word he says you hang on to. So let's hang on to those words some more as Ife brings the program to a close. So Ife, to you.
Yep. One Man, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. You're doing very wonderful thing, allowing people from different space in the world to hear their view on how they see Nigeria and how Nigeria should be, either with the ones that will give us comments that will stir up the conversation, or people that would want to give fantasies as solutions. Irrespective, one thing is sure: nobody in the diaspora that does not contribute immensely to his or her projects or family responsibilities back home. I bet you there's nobody in the diaspora that does not assist in one way or the other. You can never shy away. And that in itself is a form of patriotism. Even our leaders look for diaspora support when they want to vie for offices. The Tinubu that is being portrayed now has some of his influencers here in the diaspora. So one cannot underestimate the influence of the diaspora in Nigeria. So when we come out here and we are speaking, we want Nigerians to see the sincerity in what we are saying, Nigerians back home to see the sincerity in what we are saying. Most times it is until when you leave that country before you know the inhuman treatment our leaders are meting on us. And the only way to change this is to enlighten our people back home. And when we are doing this on platforms like this and every other progressive platform, is if anybody is in Nigeria should not see it as a form of intimidation, but as opening the veil from the eyes of everybody living in that country. Thank you very much once again for your time, One Man. You are doing a very great job. Please, everybody, subscribe to the channel. And as much as you are listening, you can also come up to hear your view. And I'm very sure One Man will give you that opportunity to really air your view and give suggestion on how we can improve the situation in Nigeria. Thank you very much. Have a good night rest, everybody.
All right, thank you, Ife. So that was Ife. He wasn't really intent on joining us. He just wanted to sit back in the background, and just enjoy the conversations. But something just jarred his senses that I cannot allow that person to say that, and that happens a lot, because even the people that don't come on the on the screens to engage frontally with the conversation, they are engaging with the conversation, agreeing and disagreeing. There are even people that are just by themselves and they are talking out loud to the conversation to say, what sort of nonsense is that guy saying? What sort of silliness is that? So that is just the thing. It's a conversational space. Whether you are on the screen or not, you are part of the conversation. Whether you are in the comments section or not, you are part of the conversation because, of course, the conversation forms in your thoughts as you agree and disagree with the things that you're hearing being said. So that is the space, and this is he, one man. So I leave it here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.